welcome in to Check the Mic. Steve Palazzolo, Sam Monson. We're live on YouTube. That's right, live this time. Apologies for Monday.
Actual live.
One day ahead of the NFL season. NFL season eve, Sam. How we feeling?
Pretty good. Somebody was quite upset about the fact that the live wasn't really live and the tweet said live and man was put out of joint.
Live is a general statement that it's on right now.
It was a live stream. It just wasn't a live show.
Right. It wasn't happening in real time, we would say. So we got a monster show here today. I know it's our Wednesday show. Wednesdays always end up becoming my favorite show because we got, a little loosey-goosey, a little looser, that we could get through. We got Shouty Shows today. We have over 60 fan bets. I don't know how many are actually getting read out here, but we have over 60 bets. We called for this over the last couple weeks, but particularly on Monday, we called for you, the viewers, the listeners, to email us with your best predictions for this year. Putting some coffee on the line. We've got some creative ones. We have some creative bets and coffee solutions. We're putting up some Check the Mic merch. So we're going to be going through those on the show.
Nice, yeah. As somebody in the chat said, this is just how we earn coffee for the year. Every bet show.
Look, you're not supposed to look ahead, right? We take it one game at a time here. But based off those bets and how much was offered, I think we could get about 40 pounds of coffee out of this. We'll just have a stack of coffee over in the corner of the office here. We'll be good for the year.
Everything, we've been burned before, We have. We thought it was cast iron guarantee that Russell Wilson, fresh off being really good, would be better than Geno Smith, who was replacing him, and it turned out wasn't the case.
But we'll be giving merch out too. We'll be giving out hats, T-shirts, hoodies. So hopefully we accept your bets, Steve D in Italy, as a power chatter over there. What else do we have coming up? We have a lot coming up. We just have to announce at the top here.
Yeah. Okay. What are we doing?
Discord.
Yep.
You got to get in on the picks. Harry just signed up yesterday. He's back in.
Nice.
For year 3. That's
there was
my son.
We had some issues with the link to the Discord, the invite link. We're troubleshooting it. I'm not entirely sure what the issue is on the basis that when you try and generate a new link that is not supposed to expire, it spits out the same old link that didn't work. So I don't quite know why people are struggling with the Discord, but theoretically the link there is the correct one that should work. If you can't get in, then shoot us a message somehow and we'll try and figure it out.
So the Discord, when you get in, it's Sleeper.
You go to the links channel in the Discord, and the last 2 links there, I think, are the 2 links to the Sleeper leagues. We have a Pick'em league and a Survivor pool.
Perfect. Those are the 2. Keep an eye out for 2 things. YouTube memberships coming soon, up in the ante here for our power listeners, our power viewers here on YouTube. We have YouTube memberships. More information on that coming very soon.
Yep.
And then tomorrow night, for the first time ever, a watch-along for opening night.
Nice. From the little watch-along.
From the couch.
Set. Yeah, the couch.
We have a watch-along set over yonder that you can't see.
No.
That we're going to unveil. And we're going to watch the game together. Cowboys-Eagles, opening night. We're going head-to-head with Collinsworth and Tirico.
Nice.
Head-to-head. If you mute them, you listen to us.
Yeah.
I love look, Mike's a friend. Chris, still probably a friend, even though he left his company. But you mute them, you listen to us as your second screen. Absolutely. Tomorrow night. How's that sound?
I'm on Twitter enough to know that there's a lot of people just itching to mute Chris.
We used to run his Twitter account. Did we? For a minute. Well, we had the login to remember? Like early days.
Access.
Early days. Yeah. We didn't run it. No, right. We did not run it. We had access. Yeah. You're right. We had access. And if you looked at Chris's mentions, there was a lot of negativity. Negativity. And that was, if you're one of those negative Nancys, we can help you.
That was like before, Super Bowl calls or Eagles people getting mad at him and stuff. Like that was just a normal weekend.
To be clear, we like Chris. We appreciate Chris. But yeah, we'll be going live with a little watch along tomorrow night. God willing, of course. Make sure everything works in the studio here. But yeah, we're looking forward to that.
The studio worked fine. Anyone that happened to be on YouTube yesterday for 5 seconds while I accidentally sent it live will know it's there ready to go.
Oh, you did that? I didn't notice that.
The biggest problem sounds to be your back. Is your back going to be able to survive 3 hours in a chair?
I'm trying to move my whole body when I rotate. I've got the back
You've
problem.
Got the classic old man back turn to look deal.
And you know how I was talking about, hey, maybe I'm going to pitch in that men's league.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. But instead, I started coaching Harry and Teddy's fall baseball league.
So just coaching throughout your back.
And the other coach was like, hey, go work with the pitchers. I'm like, sure. Just showing pitching. Just showing, going through the motion, driving my hips and going. I think that may have tweaked something a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
And here we are.
A couple of weeks ago.
It was about a week and a half.
Wow.
So, yeah, full body turns and everything. I might grunt a little, just the back.
And now you're going to head to the chiropractor to sort it.
I'm just saying, the last time I went to my trusty chiropractor, who is good friends, friends with Sean McVay. It's a Sean McVay friend.
I need to start sending you those videos of, the chiropractors where he's like, get, the chocolate Easter egg. It's like on the thing. And that's chiropractors. They're all funny.
There's chiropractors listening to us right now.
Sure
do not disparage their craft.
Look, good luck to them, but,
Do not disparage their craft. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
We have a monster show. We got to get to it. We're going to start with Shouty Shows.
Nice.
This might be the thing on Wednesday to start with to really kick things off. So let's get to it. It's Shouty Show time.
Oh, we're going to need to listen.
I've thought about it very deeply.
I liked how he started it with, I've thought about this long and hard.
I trust the backup quarterback more than I do Dak.
This is why Skip Bayless is the master of the Shouty Show segment.
I can't do it anymore. It is year 6.
It's just a never-ending arms race of idiocy between loud, obnoxious people. We are the antidote to that.
Like it.
All right.
It's a good little intro.
I like the intro. We'll continue to maybe add to it, enhance it. So let's start right at the top with a hot take on the Titans.
Cam Ward, the first pick overall, Molly, is going to lead the Tennessee Titans to the AFC South Division champion, and he
You
will
have lost your damn mind. This year?
right now. Not in
You're insane.
Are you kidding?
That's ridiculous.
Look at his track record. He started off at a Cardigan Word. He went to Washington
I'm not
State.
saying what he's not going to eventually do. You're
a
saying
great-
year 1.
Who's better in that division?
C.J. Stroud?
And he's also going to be the best quarterback. I love C.J. Stroud, but when you have 5 new offensive linemen, Mr. Woody, you will attest to that. That doesn't happen overnight, and he was sacked 52 times a year ago.
You brought that up, Stephen A.
So Cam.
The boss, starting right off with the boss here.
Yeah. But he's like, it's on enemy it's in enemy territory. You're going on spitting that kind of take to Stephen A. Smith, who's ready for it, right? He's going to come back and attack you and just, and it feels like the boss is still in the world of rational discussion because he's like, Damien, you'll back me up, right?
Yeah.
Offensive line's important.
Offensive line
that's
turnover.
That's not what the Shouty Shows are about, Now, good starting point, right? That's a hot take to spit out there. The Tennessee Titans are going to be cooking this year. So, great starting point. But now it's about craft. Now you've got to understand, once the take's out there, it's no longer about the merit of your argument. It's about, can you be loud, obnoxious, talk over the other person? Like, this is the way of the Shouty Show.
On the other side of the table, do you believe Stephen A.? And this goes one of two ways. He thinks you've lost your damn mind or whatever he said to our boss, which was really disrespectful on television. Sure. Right? There was once upon a time in television, if you said that to a coworker, that's disrespect. Now it's, understood. That's how it.
Now it's Monday.
Yeah, now it's just a Monday. Do you think Stephen A. is saying, I've never heard of anyone else on the Titans besides Cam Ward. I actually don't know who's on the team.
Yes.
And that's why he's saying that. Or is he saying, I actually don't know who's on the Titans, so no way this could be a good pick here?
I mean,
that's pretty much the same thing, but there's no way. I mean, how many Titans can Stephen A. name, do you think?
Not many. The pieces of information that are relevant to this in Stephen A.'s brain is that I don't know the Titans, and they had the number 1 overall pick, therefore they will be terrible. That's basically it.
Yeah, you don't think he's over there talking about, man, that pass rush. You think I don't really trust Arden Key as their top edge rusher, Mike. No. I don't think they have enough juice off the edge. Jarius Sneed's coming off this injury. I don't know about their secondary and the fact that they're getting a little bit younger and they've got a little bit of offensive line turnover, and they've got a young group of receivers opposite Calvin Ridley. You don't think Stephen A. had that all crafted and ready to go?
While we're in the reminiscing chamber this morning, the great Neil Hornsby, who founded PFF, used to interview people by literally asking them who the 5 offensive linemen for the Tennessee Titans were. That was like one of the questions. That was the
interview question, specifically the Titans.
Correct. It was one of the questions that he would interview people that were just applying for a regular PFF job.
We'd be getting like an accountant. He's like, all right, Titans offensive line, go.
Start left tackle to right tackle, name them off sequentially. How do you think Stephen A. could name any Titans offensive lineman? Any of them?
Absolutely not.
I don't even need all 5 in the right order. Any offensive lineman that plays for the Tennessee Titans.
Who's most? Let's play this game. Who's most likely? Dan Moore, Peter Skoronsky, Lloyd Cushenberry, Kevin Zeitler.
Wow, he really doesn't have a shot.
And J.C. Latham.
None of them.
Who is most likely to be named by Stephen A?
Most likely, I think, is Dan Moore, just because he got a lot of money relatively recently, and that probably popped up on a Shouty
knows
show.
Who Dan Moore is.
Right, but that probably popped up on a Shouty show somewhere.
He would only know him if he played for the Knicks.
Yes.
He does not.
So, yeah, he really – there's no way he knows any lineman.
So, clearly, he's the authority to know
he's who we want to turn
if
to.
Mike's – you've got NFL GM – with a hot take. That's an aggressive take. They have the worst odds. What?
2-time. It's like professional wrestling. 28-time
Two-time
WWE
general
champion.
Manager. Like I'm a 3-time Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
Wow, that was something. Good job, Mike. Way to kick it off. All right, we had some Micah Parsons. Of course, we got some
sure we did.
An old man ranting about Micah Parsons from his car. Wait, is this me? I was ranting about Parsons from my car. Let's go.
So I just finished playing golf, just heard the news about Micah Parsons gone to Green Bay. And my gut reaction, as you might guess, is good riddance and good luck, Green Bay, because you just overpaid for the overhyped Micah Parsons, who will never be able to live up to that money, especially in Green Bay, where I don't think he'll ever be happy living. I have said this for months on end. He wrecked games in his rookie year, but the league figured him out. The league caught up. He's just not consistently impactful. For the last 3 years, he has driven me crazy, leaving me wanting more, especially in that home playoff game against the Green Bay Packers. Packers, did you not watch the tape? You just bought into the hype. Congratulations.
Skip just said watch the film.
Yeah, he did.
Skip said watch the Skip
unironically
said watch the film.
First thing, he appears to have a significantly nicer car than you, because I saw this video as well. I'm not sure what the car was, but it was like sculpted seats. It was a nice ride. It wasn't like a rental to get to Nashville. You know what I mean?
I was in a rental.
Yeah, but even if you weren't, you would have been in the minivan. So
I got the cheapest option.
Right.
I was in a Jetta.
Yeah. This video is not brought to you from a Jetta, is all I'm saying. The other thing I will say is, the last time we had Skip on in this segment, it was like the man is a beaten down husk of what he used to be, right? He was drained. This was like he was back. He was back, baby. Maybe all he needs is a round of golf every now and again, right? Give him a round of golf.
I think it's
and a
Cowboys
player.
news.
That's what I was going
Cowboys
to say. A round of golf and a player connected to his team, right? Just keep him in a narrow lane, right?
He had his fastball Monday
Skip
night.
does Cowboys. That's it. Nothing more now.
I mean, I know this is Shouty Shows, but we had some Shouty tweets out there as well. The number of people, like you watch the North Carolina. You watch North Carolina just march down the field.
The number of people that were happy firing off that
gotta get to my keyboard. I have to declare, like UNC, like going to the playoff. This is a steal. Belichick is back. This is the best. I can't believe somebody let Belichick go to UNC.
But not just the number of people.
You're just itching to type out the tweet, and he got there. He got there in time.
It was all the big people. Like the two of the most ridiculous declarative, like it's been one drive and I'm comfortable saying he's nailed it. We're going to the college football playoffs, baby. Included Skip Bayless and Colin Cowherd, right? Two people who not just have been at the pinnacle of the Shouty Show world, but like they've been doing this long enough to know you don't fire off like declarative statements you can't walk back after a drive, because God knows what's going to happen after the drive. Unless, it's a bug, or it's a feature, not a bug, and this is the point, right? old takes exposed is only good for you. It's no, all publicity is good publicity.
Skip just comes out and says, wow, Belichick has a national championship offense.
Yes.
Heels just shredded the Frogs defense. Yes,
And they did, to be fair.
That's truthful. That is a fact. They
For one
shredded
drive,
their defense for a drive.
That looked spectacular, and then not so much.
I do think their offense will be better with Max Johnson at the helm. Good story. Brad's son. Anyway.
An experienced old head.
The Micah Parsons take from Skip. You think he's back? You think he's rejuvenated by a little Dallas drama?
That was a rejuvenated version of Skip Bayless. Whether it was the golf, whether it was the fact that it was a Dallas Cowboy, maybe he'd had a tipple during golf. He was a couple drinks deep. I don't know. Who knows?
Here's a question.
My point is, contrast that with the last version of Skip we heard. Different human being.
Here's a question. Worlds collide here. How much do you think our friend Jerry Jones, billionaire friend Jerry Jones, considers Skip when he's, at the negotiating table, when he's in the boardroom? How much do you think Jerry's saying, this is good for the team, I don't like this for the team? I wonder how Skip's going to take it.
I don't think he thinks about Skip Bayless at all.
Just wondering.
What is that quote? A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinion of sheep. Jerry's not thinking about Skip. Jerry's thinking about Jerry. What would Jerry do? What would, how does Jerry look down on
lion?
This? Yeah.
I mean, he's selling some damaged goods, some L4, L5 vertebrae over to Green Bay. He's selling some damaged goods. He's playing chess, man. Jerry's playing chess over here.
We'll get to that discussion.
All right, we got another opinion on Micah Parsons here.
The biggest threat to Philly in the NFC.
Absolutely. This team should be in the NFC Championship game, and it will be a disappointment if in this now, let's call it 3-year window, they don't win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Dano's going right to the Packers in the Super Bowl.
And that was countered, I think, in that same show, I believe, by Cam Newton then saying that the Packers are not threats at all to the Eagles because they're not even a threat in their own division. They're not going to win the division. Therefore, you can't possibly be a threat to the Eagles. Seemed to slip his mind that it's possible for two teams to come out of the same division and each be threats. But anyway, okay. I kind of will it be a disappointment if they don't win a Super Bowl within 3 years? I mean, winning a Super Bowl is hard, but that's got to be the target now.
Every team's disappointed if they don't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I think there are teams that clearly, there are teams that are probably happy if they make the playoffs, win a playoff game, and go home. Right? Job done. Bills have been paid. General targets have been achieved. Excellent. Then there is like a select group of teams that are genuinely targeting the Super Bowl. I think the Packers are now in that group. So, yeah, it'll be disappointing if they don't do it, but it's not an easy thing to achieve.
So first off, apologies to the viewers and listeners because we did have to pre-record our season prediction show where many of my takes related to the Cowboys and the Packers centered around Micah Parsons and the assumption that he was going to be a Cowboy. First off, from a Cowboys perspective, you saying that they didn't have a great roster, and I'm saying, well, they still have star power. And then from a Packers perspective, they have a good, solid roster, but there's no star power. This does help, right? I don't think one non-quarterback really puts you over the top. I don't think most teams are ever one player away, right? You're never just, we're merely an division round contender, and now we're a Super Bowl. Here we go. But I do think Green Bay needed this kind of impact.
I think Micah Parsons moves the needle about as much as a non-quarterback can move the needle for a team in the NFL. I mean, he is one of the 10 best players in the NFL. He is one of the 5 best defensive players in the NFL. The rewriting of history by some people, Cowboys fans, Skip Bayless, Jerry Jones, like the Dallas-centric side of this, that are trying to be like, I mean, look, we were willing to do the guy a favor, but actually he's a liability against the run who doesn't show up in the playoffs and has been inconsistent for years and actually is hurt as well. Like, we're better off without him. Freelances. Like, what are we talking about here? This is one of the best defensive players in football. And now the Packers have that guy. And not just that guy, but it does the classic thing that we're always shooting for. What if you take a guy and bump everybody down the depth chart? Suddenly Rashawn Gary is the best number 2 pass rusher in the NFL, right? Was he the guy that you want leading the line as a pass rush? maybe not. Like maybe that was a little bit weaker than some other teams. But now Rashawn Gary is the secondary threat in that pass rushing group. That's terrifying. Well, so it's a huge thing for Green Bay.
Let's get into Green Bay and their Super Bowl odds and what this really means for them. FanDuel, our friends over at FanDuel, the presenting sponsor, partners on this show, check the mic. FanDuel's getting you ready for the NFL season with an offer you don't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 to get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. You pick a bet, you bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You could build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines. Whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season, it's here tomorrow. The only question is, are you ready to play? So visit FanDuel.com/CTM to download the FanDuel app today and get started. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which require 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. So, FanDuel, the odds for the Packers in the Super Bowl. They're down to plus 1,300 here. Mm-hmm. Believe they were already kind of high before the Micah Parsons deal. We see the rest of the odds there, the Ravens and Eagles. This is fluid, by the way, now that we're getting close to the NFL. A lot of people are over at FanDuel moving the lines around here. But Ravens and Eagles are favored at plus 700, Bills at plus 750, and then it's the Chiefs, Lions, and Packers coming in at the sixth best odds to win the Super Bowl. Is Dan O correct? Maybe not necessarily. I mean, he said 3-year, but are they more in this window here now because of Micah Parsons?
I think they're now a legitimate contender. I mean, not just Micah Parsons. I think it's contingent on, number one, Micah Parsons still being good. Number two, if Matthew Golden is as advertised, both in training camp and preseason, I think it's probably requiring him. And you kind of get a corresponding, what does that do for Jordan Love? Those are the three most important players, I think, on this roster. Like quarterback, obviously, the guy that looks like he might be the number one wide receiver they haven't had for years. And then Micah Parsons.
So, I know I didn't get to unleash my Micah Parsons takes all that well.
Yeah, well,
car.
Anyone that was watching, we tried to, breaking news happened. We tried to make it work, and you were in the rental on the side of the Tennessee highway or something, and the internet was sketchy in the middle of rural Tennessee.
It was. Ultimately, do you like this move for the Cowboys and the Packers? It's fascinating to me that the Cowboys.
So we've had everyone's kind of done with Micah Parsons fatigue at this point, but we've now had time to let it settle. We know what the compensation is. We know what the contract looks like. And we've seen the last few days of, PR spin, right? And
that drives me nuts, man. I hate that. The dude's on the way out and we never wanted him anyway.
I hate it so much. So here's the thing, though, right?
Could you imagine if PFF did that to us?
Obviously. There have been reports and little bits and pieces throughout the last couple of years of Micah Parsons, and it's not quite Laramie Tunsil levels, but the same kind of world of like little things of people going, man, we don't love that in the locker room, and does his podcast annoy people, and blah blah blah. So I'm happy enough to say that is a thing that exists, right? My point is it doesn't matter, because if it was so big a problem that it's like this undermines the locker room, everyone hates him, they want him out of the building, like he's not the guy, then you wouldn't have offered him a contract in the first place, right? You can't say all this stuff means he's just a nightmare in the locker room, he undermines everything, it completely offsets how good of a football player he is. Well, then why were you trying to make him the best paid defensive player in the game, right? Those two things can't coexist. So you can have one or the other. I'm willing to say you know him better than we do. If he's that big a problem, then absolutely get rid of him. But two things are true. Number one, then you can't offer him the best paid defensive contract in history. And number two, you should have gotten rid of him in March. You can't do it now. That's ridiculous. So at which point, I don't see an argument that that's a thing, right? It's probably, maybe there are some people that are like, man, I wish he wouldn't have said that in his podcast. But, like, does it matter once you get to Sunday and he's out there terrorizing offensive tackles? No. So, number one, that whole attitude thing, I think, is just a red herring that's thrown out there. And then you get to, like, okay, how good of a football player is he actually? And I think the answer to that is ridiculously good. And all this idea of, he freelances and, there's all these, he's leaving gaps everywhere, left, right, and center, and he's not playing within structure. It's like, okay, number one, I don't think that's true. Number two, have you seen your starting cornerbacks right now? You can't bang on about freelancing. Meanwhile, we pay Deron Bland and Trevon Diggs, right? Those are two of the most freelancing corners in football. At a position where if you freelance and you get it wrong, it's an 80-yard house call. If Micah Parsons freelances and doesn't make the play, it might still be a tackle for no gain. So the freelancing thing I don't think makes any sense either. And then it's like, oh, look, he disappeared in the playoffs. He didn't. The one playoff game he played was not great. The other three have been pretty good. Just the numbers don't back it up because it's only one sack.
Yeah, the entire offseason discussion, because the Eagles won the Super Bowl, was like, man, the Eagles, they figured it out. If you could just pressure with 4, right? The Eagles just reinvented football. I mean, I know, being a little facetious here, but it's more top of mind. Pass rush with your front 4, because the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. They didn't even blitz Patrick Mahomes, and they still got pressure. That's how you win in today's NFL. That's always been a thing, right? If you're that good up front to get pressure with your front 4, even your, Brian Flores, Todd Bowles, your most blitz-happy coordinators, if they knew you could get a 40% pressure rate with your front 4, they would do it. So the whole offseason, teams are loading up on defensive linemen. This is how you win Eagles blueprint. If that's the case, and the Packers are sitting there, and we got Rashawn Gary, and Kenny Clark's okay, and Lucas Van Ness, we kind of hope he breaks out in year 3. Well, they went and made a power move to say, okay, what's our 4-man rush going to look like? How do we get that pressure on the quarterback? So that was the aggressive move I think Green Bay needed to make for this team that's sitting there for the 3rd straight year as the youngest team in the NFL, where they've spent so many years as a draft and develop type of team, and they only re-sign their own, and they don't go outside the organization. Now they have the last couple of years with an aggressive move to get Xavier McKinney at safety, to now go get Micah Parsons, and even giving up draft capital to do it. It's an aggressive move by Green Bay, but it's at the right position for a player in his prime. It's unprecedented or pretty close to unprecedented to get a year 5 elite pass rusher, no matter what they're saying, freelance this, and he's an elite pass rusher. One of the best starts to a career in NFL history as a pass rusher. That's just the truth. And it's frustrating when people say, well, what about this game and what about that game? It is difficult for a pass rusher to just completely dominate a game all by himself. Like, that's impossible to do. But as a piece of the whole, and sometimes they can. Dexter Lawrence did it once. But as a piece of the whole, extremely valuable. And so Green Bay makes this aggressive move. And for Dallas, look, I don't know if you're going to replace Micah Parsons with 2 first-round picks. But yeah, there's some money going to Deron Bland now at cornerback. I think when you add up $40+ million per year plus 2 first-rounders coming up, again, I'm not saying it's going to be like for like, but you hit on 2 draft picks and you'll feel pretty good about it. But it puts Dallas firmly in this half in, half out world where they have a good quarterback, they have an elite receiver, they've got some big-time playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, but they're in a half rebuild and a half let's compete type of world right now, which usually does not go well.
I think this is a catastrophe for Dallas. This is the worst-case scenario of what if one of these drama-fueled circuses actually pisses off the player to the point where you lose him and you're not able to re-sign him. Right up until that trade was announced, literally right up until. Like Anthony in our Slack channel was like, what do we think the chance of this trade happening? I was like 0, basically as close to 0 as you can get. Not quite as bad as Michael Irvin, who was literally 1 minute removed from saying there's no way Micah Parsons gets traded. 1 minute later, Micah Parsons is traded. Not quite that, but pretty close. So I just assumed this was the standard Jerry Jones media circus of let's keep jerking this around as long as humanly possible, and then a couple of days before we actually need him on the field, we sign a deal and everything's good for like way more money than it needed to be, but standard operating procedure. Instead, apparently, the well got poisoned so badly by this ridiculous circus that they do that they had to trade him away in August. Again, it would be one thing if you trade him away in March when everybody's got the picks and the ammunition and you can go and then free agency in the draft and do your best job of replacing him. The classic meme of, well, the mystery box could be Micah Parsons. Whatever, at least you've got a shot, right? Now, your mystery box is a year away at best. You can't even use the picks. But don't worry, we got Kenny Clark, so we fixed the run game. Like, it's utterly ridiculous. Here's a question. Billionaire. Do you think, so Netflix, Jerry Jones, propaganda piece, oil money, genius, handshake, the whole thing, it's like a Dallas Cowboys celebration, right? And honestly, it's some pretty good entertainment. How much do you think Jerry Jones was watching that, got to the whole sequence about the Herschel Walker trade, and is like, let's go again. Let's do it again. Let's do a new Herschel Walker trade. Let's take one of my best players, just to get rid of him. Let's just get the picks, get Kenny Clark. We'll have a whole new dynasty.
The funniest part about this entire thing is you and I, we do radio hit, we do a podcast right here. People want to know our thoughts. We go on radio. What do you think Jerry Jones was thinking? I don't know. Like, we're supposed to get into Jerry's head?
I honestly think there's a non-zero chance that Jerry was like watching that, got the feels, got the nostalgia pumping, and was like, well, I'm going to go again.
That's the best part about Jerry.
And here's the thing.
You can concoct a scenario. You can create that scenario where that was what it was.
I can't remember where I saw
it's plausible.
We should have had this for the Shouty Show segment, but like somewhere I saw somebody genuinely making the argument that like this is Jerry Jones, this is the new Herschel Walker trade, right? However, the difference between this and the Herschel Walker trade, one of many, to be fair, the main difference, I would argue, between this and the Herschel Walker trade is the compensation that Dallas are receiving in return for their superstar player. Kenny Clark was once a very, very good player. I don't think he's necessarily that guy right now, and even if he is, his impact as one guy is not that huge. And then 2 first-round draft picks, of which you can't even touch them until next year. The Dallas Cowboys for Herschel Walker, and in fairness, some other bits and pieces, Dallas had to throw in a few picks as well. But the Dallas Cowboys for Herschel Walker received a first-round pick in 1990, a first-round pick in 1991, a first-round pick in 1992, so that's 3 consecutive first-round picks, a second-round pick in 1990, a second-round pick in 1991, and a second-round pick in 1992, 3 consecutive second-round picks, a third-round pick in 92.
They're still going?
Yes, we're still a 6th-round pick in 1990, and 4 separate players, right? So this is not a comparable haul.
Plus, even in 1990, the running back was probably overvalued.
Sure.
Like the NFL, even if they ran the ball more.
And it turned out Herschel Walker wasn't that good. But
right.
There are many differences. But the chief amongst them, I believe, is if this was what you were trying to achieve, I'm going to trade away our best player and use that haul to create the next dynasty. You need more than 2 first-round draft picks and Kenny Clark, is my point.
Man, that makes it even crazier that 9 years later, Mike Ditka's like, I'm going to try that.
Right, the whole draft.
Let me try the Ricky Williams. Let me try the Ricky Williams trade.
But, that's the thing. If this trade had yielded something utterly insane, you know what I mean, like that kind of haul, then I would have some sympathy with the idea of, all right, even though, generally I'm not a fan of trading away once you find the blue chip superstar, I'm generally not a fan of trading that guy away for any circumstances. If you'd gotten that kind of haul back from him, I would have been like, all right, I'm willing to entertain your argument. I don't think I would have done it, but I'm interested in seeing the results, and good for you. This is not that. This is we get 2 first-round draft picks and Kenny Clark for one of the top 5 defenders in the game. That, I think, has almost 0 chance of working out in their favor.
I'm not even going to try to defend this. I just want to paint this picture because I always do it. When a team trades a player after year 4, I at least highlight the fact, and this doesn't always work out, that getting 4 years of a player on a rookie contract and then flipping him for a big haul.
Right.
If you look at that move from if you look at that move from start to finish, as your brother-in-law would say, Sam, you could call it plus EV.
What would Claude say?
You could say it on paper. If you told the Cowboys you're going to make a pick at 11 in 2021, you're going to get 4 years of one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. then you're going to get, instead of paying him, you're going to get 2 more first-round picks. You could easily, on the balance sheet, say that's worth it. But I said the same thing about, hey, DeForest Buckner with the Niners. They got rid of him, and they tried to replace him directly, and they never actually did. But they probably weren't able to pay him. But you could at least make the case that it's shrewd over time.
Right.
But then I would push back on my own argument and say, well, I'm saying the Packers need all the star power and the impact that player has. It's probably worth the $40+ million.
Yeah.
And so now that's where Dallas is going to be, maybe kicking themselves in a couple of years. I
think at this point, you probably have to conclude that the Dallas Cowboys are not actually interested in winning a Super Bowl. I don't mean that as a Shouty Show thing. I think that's the logical conclusion to the way they approach business now. You remember Kevin Clark had a great bit on one of the ESPN shows he's on, I think, that Awful Announcing keeps tweeting out. The clip was something like, the thing I think about Jerry Jones is if the football gods came down to him and said, you can win the next 3 consecutive Super Bowls, but you can't do a media interview, Jerry Jones looks at the football gods and says, no deal, right? Number one, I honestly think that's true. And number two, I think it perfectly illustrates exactly how the Dallas Cowboys approach business. They are interested in being relatively competitive, but only as far as it serves their media interests, which serves the bottom line. That's what they're interested in. Somebody called Joseph Hoyt had a really interesting article where his tweet starts off. It's a caption to an article. The tweet says, the Ravens announced their extension for Kyle Hamilton out of nowhere. The Cowboys traded Micah Parsons the next day after drama-filled negotiations. And he's run the calculation that says, in terms of implied advertising value, what's the free advertising worth to you? He thinks that's like $1 billion in advertising equivalency. The Cowboys bullshit circus for this whole thing, right? He said something like, in a 7-day period, I think there were like 1,900 and something articles written about the Baltimore Ravens. In the same period, there were 29,894 articles written about the Dallas Cowboys. This is what Jerry Jones wants to do. Jerry Jones wants to keep the Dallas Cowboys in the headlines because that is worth the advertising revenue. It's a self-perpetuating circle. This is why the Dallas Cowboys are the most valuable franchise in the game, and it doesn't really matter to him.
You think it's just
if they win a Super Bowl.
Jack up the value, but does that actually lead to income, to revenue? Does that actually lead to money?
Yeah, sure.
You mean, you think about Skip probably burnt his Micah Parsons jersey, right? Skip's never going to go to a game again.
He's going to go buy a new one now for the next burning. It's just more dollars.
The 2027 first-round pick, he's going to buy that jersey?
The whole thing is just designed around maximizing that. It's not – the end game here is not championship. The end game here is this. It's advertising value.
He already won his titles.
Well, whatever. But I don't even think he's chasing it now. The point is just I need to make the Dallas Cowboys the biggest thing possible.
All right, we got a lot of news to get through beyond Micah. Did we cover every angle there? Sure. On Micah Parsons? I think we did. Some other news that we need to catch up on. By the way, the whole point of that was to say Packers plus 1,300 over at FanDuel. Go check it out. Go check out FanDuel. We got a great deal right now. Mm-hmm. So go FanDuel.com/CTM. So, Raiders news from a couple weeks ago. They added Kenny Pickett as their backup because Aiden O'Connell's on IR. Also signed Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Bringing him back, 1-year deal.
Everyone's repeating 2015 again. We're just bringing back Keenan Allen's back with the Chargers, Amari Cooper's back with the Raiders. Like everyone's going back to where they were 8 years ago.
I think it's difficult for fans to hear a name, and then as you get older, time goes pretty quick. Like the difference between now and 3 years ago, time flies. The names that were good 2-3 years ago, certainly 6 or 7 years ago, and now they're back, but they're shells of their former selves. But I don't think Cooper was completely done last year. I really thought he was going to help the Bills a bit more down the stretch. Can he do anything for the Raiders? And then, they made the trade for Kenny Pickett, making the 2 rookies the backups there, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, for the Browns.
Yeah, to me, that was the interesting part of this was, the Raiders, Aiden O'Connell gets hurt, they go grab Kenny Pickett. Okay, fine. I'm not quite sure why people are still giving up picks for Kenny Pickett at this point, but whatever. The interesting thing is Cleveland being willing to roll with those two guys, the two rookies, as their first options off the bench for an aging Joe Flacco, who at some point is going to play his way to the bench. Like, this is not, it's not having two backups behind a starter that you're pretty comfortable is going to be there for the entire year unless he gets hurt. This is a guy where one of those rookies could easily be playing September football, and if not, October football. And Kenny Pickett was the only buffer between that happening and not. So that part, I think, is pretty fascinating that they were willing to do that. For the Raiders, Kenny Pickett and Amari Cooper are probably not moving the needle in a huge way, but each one of them is fine.
Yeah, I agree on that. Joe Mixon injured for the Houston Texans. Now, they brought in insurance in Nick Chubb, which I think, if Chubb is healthy, could be a like-for-like replacement. But it was an odd season last year for Houston. Odd in that I thought they underachieved on offense. We've talked a ton about their offensive line, their pass protection issues, and the stuff that the reason why I kept so much optimism for the Texans last year is because early in the year, Joe Mixon was really good and a huge part of their ability to win. For a team that I thought was going to be a little bit more explosive in the pass game, year two of C.J. Stroud, they have weapons on the outside and the Shanahan scheme creating these explosives. And early on, they didn't have that, but Joe Mixon would have those games, 20, 25, 28 carries. And he wasn't creating huge plays, but he'd get the 10-yard run when they needed it, the 8-yard run when they needed it. They closed out some games. Mixon was a really big factor for them. And he's injured on he's at least going to miss the first 4 games, but there's talks about him even missing the entire season here for Houston.
Yeah, and we kind of flagged this a while ago when he was banged up. It's like, in theory, like a running back room that includes Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. Like, this is an incredible amount of star power, but Nick Chubb obviously has that devastating injury that he's still trying to work his way back from, and we may never see the Nick Chubb again. And then Joe Mixon had been banged up and hadn't sort of really featured. And like, all of a sudden, that room could get very sketchy very quickly because it's preseason. Like, they haven't really put Nick Chubb out there to get a good handle on what exactly he looks like right now. So it's hard to know. Like, as you said, if he's all the way back, doesn't matter. It's probably an upgrade. If he's not, though, if he looks like Nick Chubb from last year, it's like suddenly there isn't really an impact playmaker within that backfield. And suddenly Woody Marks becomes the guy with a ton of focus on him, who was theoretically, the third down guy or whatever. He might actually need to be a real player for them.
The Texans targeted Woody Marks, traded up in the 3rd round to go get him, gave up a couple draft picks to go get Woody Marks. We'll see how much that ends up paying off here. By the way, check the mic breaking news here. In the description below, our merch, we got a new shirt. With the merch, the Here to Pay the Bills shirt, is out there in the merch. In the with all the Check the Mic merch down below. Check the Mic with Steve and Sam. That's on the back.
Who will be the team this year? Because last year it was basically Detroit Lions fans. Detroit Lions fans were everywhere. They were pumped up. They were loving life. They were here to pay the bills. Who will be this year's Lions fans?
So that'd be good marketing for us at the College World Series. They have a Jell-O shot contest. So they put all 8 teams that go to the College World Series, and it's like, who's the best? Who's got the most alcoholism at your respective school? Who's going to have the most Jell-O shots during the week of the College World Series? It's always LSU. But they have a contest, right? So it's like we can have a contest for who's going to pay the bills this year. I mean, it was the Lions last year, but I know Bears fans are having fun right now. The whole NFC North is huge. Browns fans are usually pretty active in the offseason more than during the season.
If Shador gets the starting gig at some point and plays well,
Browns fans might be paying the bills.
Absolutely be paying the bills.
We need to have like a few different color options here for who to pay the bills.
Well, unfortunately, you're
I understand. I know that.
Limiting.
I know the limitations. Here to Pay the Bills shirt, though. It is in the link in the description. Go check. Look at that. There's a link right in the chat there for you guys chatting. You can also get one for free if we accept your bet later on.
And you win.
And you win. All right, our next segment's brought to you by our friends over at Root Insurance. Root Insurance believes that good drivers deserve better rates, so they've created a new kind of car insurance that rewards good drivers in an easy-to-use app. Traditional car insurance companies focus on demographics like age, zip code, occupation, and credit score to price your coverage. When Root offers a rate, your behavior behind the wheel gets more weight than any other factor. They don't use occupation or education level to negatively affect your rate. So while you drive, Root gathers and analyzes data from your smartphone's sensors. So after a few weeks, you'll get a car insurance quote based primarily on your driving. Save up to 44% off your initial Root quote after you take the test drive. If you need a tow truck, jump start, or if you lock your keys in the car, Root will cover the help you need to get back on the road when you opt into roadside assistance. The Root app makes it easy to edit your coverage, update your policy, or file a claim in just 3 minutes. You can get started today at Root.com. And today, we're giving roadside assistance to the Carolina Panthers, particularly their offense. This is difficulty in team building here. Some late injuries for the Carolina Panthers. Ike Ekwonu, offensive tackle, had an appendectomy. He's questionable for the season opener this week against the Jags. Wide receiver Jalen Coker, year 2 player, placed on IR with a quad injury suffered in practice. And they just traded Adam Thielen to the Minnesota Vikings, re-signed Hunter Renfrow. How do we help the Panthers to get out of this mess?
Yeah, the Ike Ekwonu thing is interesting because, appendectomy, it's the kind of thing that sounds fairly minor and
son of doctors.
Can be in terms of like return date. Getting somebody back on the field after an appendectomy is not necessarily a big challenge, but for an offensive lineman in particular, I mean, Peter Skoronski had an appendectomy and then basically was never able to claw back the lost, weight, muscle mass, etc. Like you basically get shut down for a period of time. There's no way of avoiding a kind of certain degree of atrophy, et cetera, et cetera. And then you're in season, and these guys are always scrambling just to try and maintain the kind of weight, strength, et cetera, in season. There's just no shot of clawing it back. So for a guy like Ike Ekwonu, you take a guy who's already a little bit iffy in terms of pass protection, overall standard as a left tackle, as a former first-round pick, and you make him more iffy by giving him, an appendectomy and potentially shaking the foundation a little bit of strength and core and all that kind of thing. Even if he gets back on the field, like let's say, even if they keep him out a week and they give him the best chance of recovery, et cetera, and week 2 is when he's good to go. The question is, what does he look like in week 2? Like, how badly encumbered by this is he going to be, and how long will that last?
Yeah, as far as impact goes, Icky, he's okay as a left tackle, a little below average from a pass protection standpoint. He's a pretty good run blocker, especially, when guys, your good blocks are impact type of blocks when you're talking about what Ekwonu brings to the table. So I think it affects the run game a bit. Josh Nijman is the backup there. He's had spurts of decent play throughout his career, particularly with the Packers. It's a challenge. But I think when you pair that with Hunter Renfrow coming back, I don't know what Hunter Renfrow will bring to the table. How are we going to solve this thing? It's the quick passing game. You have to get rid of the ball, Bryce Young. And I think the quicker he can get rid of the ball, I do think the Hunter Renfrow, we'll see if he makes an impact. But that's the type of skill set to balance out losing your starting left tackle, getting rid of the ball quickly. Xavier Legette's going to be more of a downfield threat. Teteroa McMillan, again, more of a vertical threat. He can win quickly off the line of scrimmage, though, too. But Bryce Young's going to have to get the ball out of his hands to handle this.
It's also a guy that you can trust. Like the big concern to me about trading away a guy like Adam Thielen was the reliability.
Yeah.
Like whatever about Teteroa McMillan and Xavier Legette and, even Jalen Coker before he gets hurt. Like, these are guys that have a lot of upside and a lot of potential and could be amazing, but Thielen's the guy you can rely on. When it's 3rd and 8, he knows Thielen's going to be in the right place at the right time. He can put the ball on him and he's going to catch it. You don't necessarily know that about some of these other guys. Hunter Renfrow, he's been out of the game for a while and he was fairly unceremoniously dumped from the NFL when he left, but he runs routes. He's in the right place. He's reliable. And there's always been a cohort of people that talk about Hunter Renfrow in kind of slightly mythological terms, way disproportionate to how he's actually performed.
He had that one triple move where he got wide
right.
open.
But guys like
against Jalen Ramsey at practice.
Yeah, but guys like Derwin James, he was on, I think, the Pivot podcast or something. He was asked who the best 3 route runners in football are, and he's like, Devontae Adams, somebody else insane, and Hunter Renfrow, and they were like, what? And he was like, yeah, go watch the tape. There are guys like that, and it's not just Derwin James. There's a lot of people like that all the way through his career have always talked about Hunter Renfrow in these slightly mythological terms about what he can do, but he is a reliable, savvy route runner. And I think they might need that with no Jalen Coker for a while.
Ryan in the chat says Renfro is plus 10,000 comeback player of the year on FanDuel. Go check it out. So there it is. Roadside assistance from our friends over at Root, root.com. Go check it out right now. Fixing and giving roadside assistance to the Carolina Panthers. All right, we have listener bets to get through. We have a plethora. Might take hours.
Before we get into that, we can end it with this. Never mind. Carry on.
But before we get into that, quick break to talk about another sponsor, Dynasty-Daddy. Dynasty-Daddy is a free, fully integrated fantasy football toolkit with league power rankings, trade calculator, start-sit tool, live draft tool, trade database, and more. Analyze all teams in your league, identify team needs, and trade partners to give your team the best odds to win. I love this. Dynasty-Daddy also has a playoff calculator. They could simulate 10,000 seasons to see how the season will shake out. And using your league schedules, Dynasty-Daddy calculates the odds of making the playoffs, making the finals, winning the finals, projected records, and much more. Get the full picture when you're running through lineup decisions on Sunday with Dynasty-Daddy's start-sit tool. So it's not too late here. This is a year-long tool over at Dynasty-Daddy. Check out all these tools, plus dozens more for completely free at Dynasty-Daddy.com. That's Dynasty-Daddy.com. All right, man, listener bet time. I bet more have come in as we've started the show. Give the background again one more time. What are we talking about here? And then we will go through each one and either accept or decline these bets.
Well, the offseason is a long time, and during a lot of it, not a lot changes. So we have a tendency to say, the same things quite a lot repeatedly because nothing changes and we still think those things. There are people that believe that the thing we think is perfectly logical and obvious is completely ridiculous, and we're idiots and we're full of it. And sometimes they're right. And way back when, we were like, well, look, if you think we're crazy, if you think the analysis that we've put out there and the conclusions we've drawn is ridiculous, then say so, email us in, and, put up a little bet on the line. And if you're right, we'll give you some merch. So one of the first ones was, again, I keep coming back to the guy that basically predicted Geno Smith's breakout from nowhere, right? Career backup, had been a disaster with the Jets and blah, blah, blah. This guy was going to come in and not just replace Russell Wilson, but be better. And we're like, well, that's completely preposterous. And it turned out to be correct.
All right, man, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's crank through them. First one, Shedeur Sanders.
Nice.
Just say the hot button name. Shedeur Sanders will start games this year and finish with higher EPA per play, WAR, or PFF grade than at least one first-round quarterback who also plays.
One of two. Right?
Yeah, so you're talking about Cam Ward and Jackson Dart as the two first-rounders. I think to accept this, I would need to have the confidence that Shedeur will play and also pick your favorite metric will be better than both of those guys. Don't you think?
I mean, I think, to me that's
like
entirely
if
plausible.
Shedeur outplays Jackson Dart.
Right. Number one, I think he will start games, right? I don't see a world in which the Browns are restricted to only Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel. I think all three of those quarterbacks are going to see the field at some point this season. So that's the first part taken care of, is I'm pretty sure he's going to see the field. The second part, all he needs to do is to be better than one of those two guys who, each one of which, either one of those guys could have a bad rookie season, right? So I think that's too plausible to be
email us back. If it's both, I'll accept. Bag of coffee on the line. I'm going to be much more lenient here. I want to at the end of the season, I want to have 40 pounds of coffee stacked up in the corner over here of the office. 40 pounds. That's the goal.
We're going to need like those things people build to store like
monitoring.
Dry wood, firewood. You're going to have one and build.
That's what I want
just for
in
coffee.
The coffee. Yes, and then we'll feature. This could be a great perk. Feature the listener coffee on the show. Thank you to Steven. Steven supplying today's coffee for the show.
There's no way you're going to keep track of that.
I mean, but it sounds good right now, though.
Sure, but people tend to hold you to things you say online.
Don't hold me to that.
Yeah.
So we're going to monitor that, Steven. Email back or get back to us. If pick a metric, pick any metric, and say better than both first-round quarterbacks, and I'll accept it. You good with that?
Okay.
Sure. Next one, Joe Flacco will end the season as the Browns starter. May be benched, but by the end of the season...
can return as the starter.
Yes. We'll be back starting because of how abysmal the other options look. From random 4-digit number.
Yeah. See, again, I think that's plausible.
Probably too plausible.
Yeah.
There's no specifics as to what's on the line.
Now, if you eliminate the return part of it, I would take that. Like, I think there's basically zero chance that he makes it all the way through the season without as an uninterrupted starter.
But I like the premise here. He's saying because if you want to make a specific prediction,
that prediction is
Flacco stops starting, and then the replacements are so bad that they have to put him back in.
That's very plausible. The only thing that needs to happen for that is that two mid to low round quarterbacks are not good.
Oh, you have no faith in Dylan Gabriel.
But that's like
all right. Too plausible.
That's probably the most likely thing to happen from a collection of mid to low round quarterbacks.
All right, declined.
Not having it.
We can't accept.
We said bold. We said bold, and that's not bold enough.
Next one, there's a 3-parter. We're looking for 2 out of 3 here, I believe, from Jake. Anthony Richardson starts over under 4.5.
Okay.
So I guess we have to pick. Are we picking the over under here? QBs to start games for the Browns over under 3.5.
3.5.
And then games before Joe Flacco's benched over under 3.5.
I mean, anytime you start requiring multiple things to happen, the odds tilt in our favor. So that part's working in this.
So I think we choose, and it says if we get 2 out of 3 correct, he'll send coffee. This is from Jake.
Okay. Which 2 would you pick?
I mean, I don't think over 3.5 Brown starters. I would say under 3.5 Brown starters.
So
I understand. I mean,
you think they go back to Flacco if and when they work their way through the rookies?
Was it last year? 2 years ago they had 5.
Right.
Last year they had Watson, Winston, DTR. They have 3 last year.
I don't know. But if and when they
Flacco
work their way
last year?
through the
No,
bad rookies, are they turning it straight back to Flacco, or are they finding somebody else to throw in there? What if Watson gets cleared?
There's a Watson take somewhere in there too. Yeah, maybe next. I would go under on that. That's still unlikely, even though the Browns have been dabbling in that world the last couple of years.
Okay.
And I would go over Flacco benching over the 3.5.
You think it'll take them longer than it'll take 4 games plus to get?
Yeah,
4
and those
games.
2 are kind of connected, right?
That's
That
true.
would strategically be smart, right?
Oh,
We're banking on
you're playing the arbitrage game.
plus EV. If you say Flacco,
I would.
At the end of the show, we're just going to unleash your
story.
Your lottery takes.
I do think.
Oh, you also have. You have. Maybe we save this for the watch along. You have the best story I've ever heard. You told me on the road trip, like the best story about you I've ever heard.
What?
The golf tournament.
Oh,
You got to tell the golf tournament.
Have we not told that on the show?
I don't think we told that on the show yet. So
Okay.
we're gonna.
I need
we're gonna
to.
Save
I'm
that.
going there at Christmas. I'm going to bring that bowl back to sit.
That's going to be. That's
thing.
perfect. There's a spot for it. Okay. So I'll take over the 3.5. Flacco getting benched and under the 3.5 QB starts for the Browns.
All right.
Next one, Cleveland Browns. To win, this is from Jalen. I think he predicted almost every team to go 10-7 in this prediction, but we chose this one. Cleveland Browns to win their first AFC North division title in franchise history.
AFC North.
With a 10-7 record, led by a musical chair QB room consisting of Shedeur Sanders and the return of Deshaun Watson, either after their Week 9 bye week or the week of Thanksgiving, and Myles Garrett, who will win Defensive Player of the Year.
I assume that's just color, and the only thing that's relevant for the bet is the winning the division.
I mean, if they win the division, Jalen gets a shirt.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
like we don't need those other things to have happened.
But this is staggered here, right? If all of this happens, Myles Garrett, Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, the musical chairs, the 10-7 record, like he can have one of everything from the store. Okay? So this is one where it's there's so many options here. I think if 2 go through, he gets a hat and a shirt. You know, like we'll pay accordingly based off the boldness if you've learned it. Now Jalen's put up nothing.
Okay,
but
it's still
There's still time.
That's the suitable level of boldness that the Browns are going to win that division.
Yeah.
Like arguably, the toughest division in the NFL outside of the Browns, they're going to be the team that actually wins it. Sure.
Oh, this isn't good. It's not good for the company here. From Kyle, Jameson Williams overtakes Amon-Ra St. Brown as Lions wide receiver 1, finishes with more receiving yards and touchdowns, but fewer receptions.
Yards and touchdowns.
He's a coworker. We can't accept this. No, that's bold though. I don't know if it's bold enough for a bet, but more receiving yards and touchdowns.
But those are the two. Those are the 2 most achievable numbers, though. Like because obviously Amon-Ra's thing is volume and catches, and
That's true. Jameson could have more yards on like half the catches.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like he was 400 yards away from that last year, right? So it wouldn't take that much of a swing Though I don't know. That one would scare me in terms of plausibility. I could see it. I think it's unlikely, but I could see it.
Tough to accept. Plus, coworker. We can't.
Right. We
can't
can't
have
possibly be
can't take something negative against a coworker.
besmirching the good name of Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Go check out the St. Brown podcast, powered by 33rd Team.
Nice.
Lions will repeat. This so that was a 0 from KZoo BT24. I'm assuming this is from the Discord here. Lions will repeat as division champions and make the NFC title game. Now, it's not bold.
No, not at all.
But if he loses, he'll donate $500 to a charity of our choosing.
Wow. Okay.
So, accept it.
In. Yeah.
Yeah, $500 to a charity. I like it. We'll do it.
Yep.
You could buy our bets
Oh yeah. Particularly,
for
altruistic.
charity, not
Yeah.
for me. Like
Right.
I don't,
You could probably buy our bets that
I mean,
way
if you
as
said
well,
like
but
10 pounds of coffee or something, like whatever you want.
you can certainly buy our bets with an altruistic way of doing things.
Yeah, but that's only like if you win, you get like the worst hat in the store, probably, or whatever. The cheapest thing in the store, if you win that.
No. I mean, we can take.
I'm just kidding.
we
He's
can
put up
take it.
$500.
Yeah.
Angel predicts the Lions to miss the playoffs.
Okay. I mean,
He'll donate to charity.
yeah.
If he loses, he'll send coffee.
Now, are we working against ourselves now? This is classic, like, betting arbitrage. We're like boxing ourselves in here. Because if we lose either way, if they do well, if they do badly, now they have to be, like, good but only a playoff team.
But it's another, like, charity-driven ones are tough to deny.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to win either way. Yeah, we're going to, I mean, there's a chance we win both. There's a chance we win at least one of them. That's good for us.
All right.
Promises to Kids is the charity that foster kids in San Diego is where he wants to donate if he
Cool.
loses, and he'll send coffee if he loses, charity if he wins.
Sounds good.
All right, Lions missed the playoffs. I did that one. Jags will finish the season with a better record than the Lions. That's from Roger America. That's bold.
Roger America.
Yeah.
It is pretty bold. Sure. I mean, I would, yeah, we can take that.
Accepted. A lot of Lions. So, yeah, we're trying to put the teams together here. Drew has a parlay. The parlay is more Lions. Chiefs will miss the playoffs entirely.
All right, I'm
Immediately
already in. Yeah.
The Lions will miss the playoffs entirely.
All right.
The Packers will win the division. And then number 4, Matthew Golden and Emeka Ibuka will both be 1,000-yard receivers this year.
Okay. That's a lot of things.
So he wants
several of which I think are very unlikely.
He's asking for the top prize of both shirts and hats.
Yeah.
And
I think
maybe
that's fair.
even become a guest on the show. I think if these 4 things happen, then Drew joins the show.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I think
Drew gets to zoom in.
I don't know what the combined odds of that is, but it's very long.
Yeah. This is why we're willing to give up. You get a spot on the show. Not a call-in show, but we get to become one for a day. Drew gets to come in and explain his genius with this 4-pronged parlay here. So this says bet options, and I don't know if we're supposed to choose one here, but coffee for merch on the line here from Sean. Number 1, Sam Darnold benched by week 8. Benched by week 8. Number 2, the Lions missed the playoffs. A lot of these.
Yeah.
Number 3, Dallas finishes ahead of Washington in the standings.
See, I feel like all of those are possible.
I'd say we choose 2.
You want to go, but
if he's willing to do 2.
2 out of 3. I mean, the Lions missing the playoffs is the least likely thing to happen, I think, of that group.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, the Darnold thing, like he's going to get benched for who? Jalen Milroe didn't.
That's the biggest problem in that is that Darnold would have to be benched for Jalen Milroe, and that might not be likely.
Yeah, let's do those. Like, I don't know, choose one. That's not
those
Lions missing the playoffs. Did we just accept that earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to. Let's just accept that one.
Accept that one.
We have
okay.
2 people.
Done.
2 people for Lions miss the playoffs. That's acceptable. Jack, both Arizona and Atlanta win a playoff game. Detroit finishes last in the NFC North. Last.
Wow. A lot of haters in the Lions.
Now, this is accepted because Jack is offering 2 bags of coffee from Collectivo in Chicago.
Should we know those people?
I don't know. That sounds fancy, though.
I mean, it does, but I
2 bags. Sounds classy. I'm in.
Okay.
Atlanta and Arizona. Kyler Murray led Cardinals. The Michael Penix led Falcons. And Detroit finishes last in the North. So we accept that. That's a Bears fan there, clearly, Jack. 49ers make it to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl. This is from Jalen. Another Jalen? or there will be a top 3 draft, or they will be a top 3 draft picking team next season. No in between. My favorite Kyle Shanahan stat that every site often. He's made it to the NFC Championship every year except one now, when he's had his starting quarterback for the majority of the season.
Yeah. That's kind of
without
ruined
injury.
The stat of it.
Ruined it since last year.
Right.
Because their kicker forgot how to kick, and McCaffrey got hurt.
He didn't forget how to kick. He never knew how to kick.
Stop. So, yeah, I like this.
Okay.
Like, they won't be 6-10.
Right.
Like, so top 3 drafted. This is from Jalen. He's got nothing on the line, but he'll email with some collateral here,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
that's fair.
I'm sure. We've got Ryan. He says, last year he wagered the naming rights to his firstborn son, and we won. Have we named his son yet? He now wants to put up the naming rights to his second-born son.
Okay.
That the Washington Commanders will lead the league in interceptions. Now, I don't know if this is from an offensive or a defensive point of view.
That's true.
Is this Dan Quinn's defense, or is this Jalen Daniels?
Yeah, I assume that's defensive interceptions.
Sure, taken, Ryan.
Because we've been
I would prefer like some Folgers or something, but not really.
No, I wouldn't.
Not Folgers.
We've been relatively critical about their secondary, I think, so that would sort of follow, I guess.
Yeah, accepted.
Yeah.
And
what are we going to name the first kid?
Skip.
Skip? Will we do the names, should it be related, you know? Should we do like you and the theme kids?
Let's pick
Jags. Pick your 90s Jags, just name them all.
Mark. Firstborn child is Mark.
No, you don't go Mark, you go Brunell.
Oh, Brunell. Okay.
So if his name's like, if his surname's Jackson or
What if
whatever,
we
you
had
now
like
have Brunell Jackson.
What if it was like Jimmy and Keenan?
Yeah, you could do that.
Jimmy and Keenan?
There you go.
Let's go Jimmy, and we've got Keenan on the line. And look, they'll be 1,000-yard receivers together for a lefty quarterback. That's what's going to happen. Jimmy and Keenan. Oh, man, this is fun. From Peter from Sweden. Vikings will have one of the worst records in the NFL. And Carson Wentz will start more games than J.J. McCarthy.
Wow.
I mean, those go hand in hand.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, accepted.
Sure.
Send us some Swedish coffee, Peter. I'm just kidding. Whatever you got. He didn't put anything up, but that's fine.
That would that take an injury, or would he just have to be that bad? Because they're not going to, they kind of committed to him in a pretty major way. Like, you're not pulling McCarthy unless you're really certain he's awful.
I mean, if he would have to be, it would be one of those.
And even then, it would be like maybe a Bryce Young thing where he's like,
yeah,
all right, we've given him a few weeks. Let's see if he's still got it.
It's like a mental break.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's bold. That's bold. Man, I can't wait for the season. We're going to have so many answers. So much new stuff's going to happen starting this week. The other end of the spectrum, from Matthew, J.J. McCarthy will have a PFF grade 15 points higher than Sam Darnold. Vikings will make the playoffs, and Seahawks will not.
Okay.
So you're talking an 80 versus a 65, an 85 versus a 70.
Yeah. I mean, it would take is
JJ's got to be good.
He's got to be good.
He's got to be good.
But not great.
Yeah.
Only good. And Darnold's got to go back to being Darnold. Usual Darnold, not most of last year Darnold, which he did already.
Last year at this time, we had people with very low expectations for Bo Nix to the point where, what was the bet? That Harry would pick a higher percentage of games than Bo Nix's PFF grade?
Correct.
Obviously, Nix outlasted him, but early on it was looking good.
Well, we also had people that kind of predicted the Darnold breakout year as well.
A lot of Darnold fans over the last couple of years. This is not one of them. Let's take it. I'll take it. 15 points is a big.
It is.
It's a big number. Again, the caveats here are like injuries, though. Like if Darnold only plays 2 games, or something, we
representative samples.
We have to we had to throw a bunch out a couple of years ago. Those would be pushes. J.J. McCarthy will finish first in WAR among all quarterbacks per Derek.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's most valuable quarterback.
Yes.
This one from 22893. That's a number.
It is.
J.J. McCarthy voted to the Pro Bowl. I don't think that's.
We're not taking Pro Bowl related
No,
bets ever.
Nothing Pro Bowl related. Because then you have to get into were they elected? Were they replacement? No, not.
Right. Were they the 17th alternate?
From Dab Juliana Dab. No Packers wide receiver tight end ends the season above 1,000 receiving yards, but the Packers still make the playoffs. I don't know. The way they're constructed, I think that's. I don't know if that's bold enough. It's pretty plausible.
What did they? I mean, they must have had one last year, did they? No. They didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver of any description.
Did they?
I don't know.
I don't look at receiving yards. I don't know.
I know. That's
used
the
to.
problem.
I was at Circa. I was looking at all the stats. I was
They
like,
did
whoa,
not.
stats.
Jaden Reed.
Old school stats.
Jaden Reed was the closest with 900 odd. So I guess, yeah. I mean, basically, again, it's back to if Matthew Golden isn't as good as he looks, they're probably in this world. Yeah, they haven't had one in a couple of years, actually.
Yeah, so that's not bold predicting. Will Morris in the chat. Reed at 800. Kraft was like 700. They're
Yeah.
reading off the stats.
No, it's been a few years since they've had a 1,000-yard
And they've
guy.
been making the playoffs.
Correct.
So that's just a description of what's happened in recent years.
Yes, it's
Okay.
just a continuation of where they've been for a while now.
From Rand, Micah Parsons struggles on the Packers and has fewer than 10 sacks this season.
We're not doing sacks because that can be
I hate sacks.
just variance.
Because he could struggle and have 10 sacks. He could be awesome and have 8 sacks.
I think he has a 90-plus PFF pass rushing grade every single year of his career.
Yeah,
if
if you
that
wanna-
dropped to something significant,
Yeah, if you want to say his pass rush grade's like under 80 or something like that.
yeah. I mean, what is a corresponding fewer than 10? Because 10 is still seen as ridiculous as this is. You know, a double-digit sack guy is an achievement, right?
Yeah.
Double-digit sacks is like a 1,000-yard guy. So what's the equivalent in terms of pass rushing grade?
I mean, I don't know, like 85? I mean, it is
85 is better than it. That's better than like 1,000 yards.
true. 82, like a low 80s.
I think if
80
it
's
dropped,
probably
yeah,
significant.
dropped below 80, I think is a reasonable thing. If he's willing to come
Be
back
really
and
bold
say,
and say Trayvon Walker has a higher pass rush grade than Micah
if
Parsons.
he's willing to come back and say Parsons' PFF pass rushing grade will be below 80, I think that's fair.
Now, Tommy Penway here is going the other way. We will accept this. Put something up, Tommy. Packers win the Super Bowl. Jordan Love's MVP. Matthew Golden's Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year.
Is this Mike T's burner?
Just the love part.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. If all 4 things happen,
This is all for
this
a
is
parlay?
for all the. I mean, he just listed all of them. So I say if all that happens, we'll give you. Like if 2 of those hit, you get something. Like this is, what do they call it? Like a ladder? The ladder bets or whatever?
I don't know.
Like if 2 hit, you get a hat. You know, if 3 hit, you get a hat and a shirt. If everything hits, you get
like the Powerball.
one of everything. One of everything. This is from Steve, who's not a giant human, but he's a Lions fan.
Okay.
In the title. That's what he told us. For coffee of our choice, Green Bay regresses and finishes last in the NFC North. Dallas finishes last in the NFC East. And the Patriots finish last in the AFC East. I think it's parlayed enough.
Yeah.
If all 3 hit,
if all
we'll do
3 hit, fair enough.
Yeah. If all 3 hit, that's a significant
Yeah.
one.
I think 2 of them are eminently plausible. The third one harder.
D-Chest. Seahawks. I gotta look at these names before I read them out blindly. Could be interpreted anything. Seahawks under Darnold will win the NFC West and NFC title game to represent the NFC in Super Bowl 60.
Yep, I'm in.
He's offered some fine Atlanta coffee.
Okay. I mean, that would require
straight from the ATL where I was this weekend.
Darnold not melting down in the postseason, which so far has not been a thing.
I like that. This one we'll accept too because we've got some. This is from Daniel, Seahawks fan. I'll read this later, but he's going to bet the Seahawks O-line will be top 10, top 12 in overall rankings. We can use PFF grade. Top 8 in run blocking. The Seahawks will be top 5 in the league in rushing yards. The Seahawks will win at least 10 games and win the NFC West. Bonus points if Sam sincerely considers giving his Offensive Rookie of the Year vote to Gray Zabel come January.
Okay.
So I think it's another poetic license to see what happens at the end of the year. You know, if like a couple of these hit.
Yeah, it's just a broad, general
Yeah.
Seahawks positive outcome.
But here's what is on the line here from Daniel. He says, I'm a Seahawks fan and the head coffee roaster for a specialty coffee roasting company in the Netherlands. I'm writing you from my flight back to Amsterdam from Minas Gerais, Brazil. He's from Brazil, wherever. I'm not reading. I'm not pronouncing stuff. Where I was hiking the agroforestry project of a coffee farmer we work with and tasting/selecting the lots we will buy this year.
Nice.
So he's over there on a taste testing tour in Brazil, and he's betting us $1 of this delicious coffee.
That's 2.2 pounds, Stephen, for your
Sure is.
imperial-minded
I know
people.
the adjustment. I'm betting you, how many kilos do I weigh? I'm betting you a kilo of this delicious coffee that the Seahawks O-line, don't put it, get off the calculator, will not creep back toward average, but rather blast right past average to be genuinely good, at times even dominant in the run game.
Holy crap, you're heavy. It's a lot of kilos.
Now all of a sudden my weight in kilos is heavy.
It's a lot of kilos. I mean, 100 kilos is generally it's a heavy benchmark, when you're if you're over a ton. If you're over 100 kilos, you're big. You're a lot over 100.
So a kilo of coffee.
That's cool. I like that.
Fresh. I mean, this is the finest.
Yeah.
The finest coffee beans from
Big
Daniel
airport,
here.
Amsterdam airport.
So yeah, we
Schiphol.
accept, and I mean, maybe there'll just be a fair exchange either way of coffee for merch.
Right.
This is from producer Will Hagel.
Ah.
He emailed us his prediction here. Maybe a Bears fan. By the end of the season, Tyson Bagent will be the Bears' starting quarterback and start more games than Caleb Williams. Wow.
That's the Vikings bet again.
Bet is null and void if Caleb is pulled due to injury. He's pulled because he sucks, and Bagent is better. Wow, Will. Harsh.
Yeah.
Will's dad. Shout out to Will's dad.
Now he's offered.
Listening to you on the score.
Yes. Who I forgot to shout out at the time. Unfortunate.
What did he offer?
Well, he's offered a bag of coffee from Chicago, but it's more. He's gone with the carrot and the stick approach. So the carrot is the coffee. The stick, however, is if we don't accept, he'll mute the microphones.
We should put this into monitoring.
I think we could probably unmute them from the computer over there if we knew how it worked.
Yeah. I mean, we do a little research. We could probably unmute ourselves.
Yeah. Now, I have no idea how to lock him out and stop him muting him again,
Yeah,
but
he's
kinda theoretically, we could cut him off as well if we knew what we were doing.
Will holds a lot of the cards here. So, yeah, we'll accept this one. And is you're just not a believer in Caleb, huh?
And a big believer in Bagent.
I mean, Will was with us at practice.
Yeah.
We were at training camp practice. Bagent was dealing. Then he signed this big backup contract, quarterback contract. Not bad. James N is going the other way. Caleb Williams breaks the Bears' single-season record for passing yards, which is 2,900.
That's what I'm saying. It is a really low number.
What's it, like 3,600? It was 1995, Eric Kramer, if I remember correctly, in the 3,700 range. Am I
Yeah, it's
getting that?
not it's 38-38.
38-38 from Kramer in 95.
Yes.
Which was for the youngsters there.
Like he already holds the third highest Bears total of all time for his disappointing rookie season.
You have a 17-game schedule. Of course you should do that.
He needs to improve 300 yards from his rookie season in order to achieve that.
I would, by the way, 1995, offensive explosion.
Yes, every number in 95 is off the charts nuts.
Back in the day, a player having over 100 receptions was like unheard of. There was like 6 guys, 8 guys.
Yeah.
Larry Centers, I believe, is one of them. He's a fullback.
Yes.
All the numbers went through the roof that particular season. That's the one year where the Bears have their single-season passing record. So here's what I want to do.
And it's still
what I want
below
to do.
4,000.
Here's what I want to do for James N. Normally, this isn't bold enough, right? This doesn't pass the test. However, on behalf of Bears fans, the organization for 105 years, they have yet to have a 4,000-yard passer. They have yet to have a 3,900-yard passer.
It would be funny if it happened again.
I would like to offer Check the Mike merch to James on behalf of all
Just
Bears
as a
fans.
Congratulations.
Yes, if this happens. If this happens, he gets a T-shirt. So we accept. You don't even have to put anything else up, right? Odds are in our favor. But you don't have to put anything up.
Is it still true that the Jets have only had one? I guess Joe Namath still the only guy that's cleared 4,000 passing yards for the Jets. The funny thing about that is, like the Jets, I think certainly up until very recently, the Jets had only had one 4,000-yard passer, but it was in 1967.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely crazy. Given how easy it is to throw the ball in the 17 games
It is true.
that we have now.
Namath is still the only Jets quarterback to pass for over 4,000. Ryan Fitzpatrick is number 2, and then Aaron Rodgers last year.
2050, and just because he played. Just because he played all the games.
Yeah, basically.
We've got Tom H. saying Caleb Williams does not surpass 4,000 passing yards. Given the 105-year history of the Chicago Bears, the fact that it's never happened, I don't think we can accept that.
No.
DJ Moore, this is from Sean. DJ Moore will have the 3rd most receiving yards in the wide receiver room.
I don't think that would be shocking.
I'm just saying from what we saw at practice, from what we saw at training camp. Are you breaking your chair?
No, I'm creating noise,
Okay.
friction noise.
DJ Moore, that particular day was neglected a little bit.
I mean, he might
In
be traded
favor of
away
Rome
at
Odunze
some
and
point.
Luther
Like
Burden.
I don't. Right now, the vibes are on the diminishing role of DJ Moore. I don't think it would be shocking if he ended up with the third most receiving
Yeah,
yards.
so we cannot accept that.
No.
This one looks bold. Maybe. I read this as Bears. Okay. Bucks will have a top 5 offense in total yards, top 5 rushing defense in PFF grade, top 3 playoff seed. Or Ashton Genty will lead the NFL in rushing yards while not being a unanimous offensive rookie of the year.
Well, not okay.
I feel like this is nuanced here, and I feel like it's like a little dig.
That
It's a little dig.
I like the second one because I think
Because you
that's
could affect
hard.
it. Because you could affect it. You can win this bet for us.
No, not really. I'm gonna only affect it in 2% terms. That's difficult. Like to lead,
I see. Not be
to
unanimous,
lead the
yeah.
league in rushing and not be unanimous offensive rookie of the year. Unanimous, I guess, is important. Yeah.
It feels like that's possible too. Because
Yeah,
you could have-
unanimous makes it very possible.
like Cam Ward could have a great year, and Genty has a great year.
Yeah.
And it's split. We
Okay.
can refine it. It's
I don't
from
love
Cade.
these. I don't love these.
Add
They're
a
very
little-
specific, but they're not.
Very specific. Add an addendum.
Yeah.
Go like number 1 seed or something for the Bucks, and we can talk here. Assistant coach of the year, John Grizzard. I got to figure out how to properly pronounce his name. Grizzard. Bucks OC. He's plus 6,000.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, it just means again, it's like if the Bucks if Baker Mayfield and the Bucks have a really good season, does he get the credit and be given assistant coach of the year?
This is from Birdie. He says if he wins, he wants
2 hats.
2 hats, 2 coffee mugs, and you name the 33rd Player of the Year award, the Ewers Award.
Huh. I mean, that's
This is Quinn Ewers'
that's
dad.
a lot to ask.
If he loses, he makes a $100 donation to the Humane Society in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, in the name of the 33rd team or name of your choice.
Or name of our choice. You give it in the name of Quinn Ewers.
I mean, I'm not giving out
I'm not
all
naming,
that merch.
I'm not naming the award after Quinn Ewers.
not doing
I'll
the
tell you
award.
that right away.
Absolutely
That's not
not.
happening. Ever.
We should give out a preseason Player of the Year award and have it named after
Easton
someone.
Stick.
The Easton Stick
Preseason Man of
Most
the Year.
Dropbacks Award, and then an actual preseason Player of the Year award.
Victor Cruz, preseason
Yes.
Man of the Year. or whatever.
Next year, we're doing preseason awards.
Okay.
Next year. Write that. Remember that. What are we doing with this one here?
I mean, I don't. Well, with the addendum that I'm not naming the award after Quinn Ewers ever. Okay. I think that's. I don't know. Assistant coach is kind of chaotic. It's fairly randomized.
No, but this is all right. This is bold enough. Again, you can affect it with your votes.
Again, only one.
Pick one. Pick one of them, and you can adjust the dollar donation if we're not putting up enough. All right. So yeah, accepted. Got to tweak the terms. Bucks defense will go from bottom 7 in interceptions to top 7 overnight from JD.
Bottom 7 to top 7.
So they're going to be top 7 in interceptions.
I mean, that's not that giant a leap.
Interceptions are fluky naturally. Yeah, just be like lead the league or something.
Yeah, I mean, top 7 to bottom 7, essentially, you're only moving half the league as a swing, a little more than half. But you know what I mean? It's not the biggest swing in the world. It sounds like a huge swing.
Come back, monitor it. JD, come back with something a little bit more bold there on the Bucks defense. We've got a Baker finish in the top 5 MVP voting from D Money, and then 2, much more likely things. Bucks will make the playoffs, and Mike Evans finishes with 1,000 or more yards.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, Mike Evans could play 4 games. They'll find a way to get him his 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
But Baker in the top 5 in MVP voting, kind of bold, and I actually think that's very possible this year.
I mean, I think all of these are reasonably possible. It's all 3 together, right?
Let's go to top 3. Go to top 3, and I'll take it.
I would take it as a parlay, like as all 3 of those things need to happen.
Okay, fine.
Now,
Coffee
obviously
for a
they're all
hoodie.
related, but still.
What's a hoodie for this? We're fine. Do it as a parlay. Let's make it happen. James, Miami will make the playoffs, have a top 10 ranked defense in terms of points per game allowed, and rank inside the top 15 in coverage grade from PFF.
Making the playoffs alone might be enough for this, but yes, I would
That's
take
bold. Let's do it.
as a parlay. I would take that as well.
The first two, especially. I mean, I don't care as much about the coverage grade, especially not top 15.
I think that's again
But
possible.
if you're talking points per game in playoffs, I think those are fair enough. The Diesel 26 has the Dolphins winning 11 games and they get a wild card spot.
Yeah. Now I said them making the playoffs would be interesting enough, but it's plausible enough that I'm like any team just scraping into the playoffs. I don't think is ever bold enough to make this.
11 games though.
Yeah. I mean, 11 games on a wild card. It's
Just
not...
because, like, this is the heart of it because we're not Dolphins believers, right? Like, we're accepting this because we don't think they're going to have a great season.
I mean,
I wouldn't be shocked if this happened.
that's the point. Like, they won 9 games last year.
And Tua got hurt.
Yeah, so it's like, can they win 2
is
more
always
than last
possible.
year, even though the vibes are bad? Sure. Like, it's not. I don't think that's bold enough. They're not like. This is not a team like the Saints. The Saints winning 11 games and making a wild card. That would be shocking. The Dolphins are just in that middle group where, I think it's more likely than not that they go bad, but it wouldn't shock me if they won 11 games and made the playoffs.
I mean, if you say 13 games, maybe we talk. Up it's at 13 games. I'm trying to find a way to work with everybody here. Ryan has a good one. Denver Broncos win the AFC West. Fine. And the Chiefs finish last in the division.
Yeah, I mean, anything that has the Chiefs last in the division, I think is an automatic take.
So you'll love this next one. Chiefs finish last in the AFC West.
Yeah.
From Flowmaster.
Done.
Both accepted. By the way, Ryan's offered a pound of Dark Matter coffee.
Dark Matter coffee.
Versus a sweatshirt. I think that's a sweatshirt-worthy prediction. The Chiefs last and the Broncos first. Knicks for 6. Bo Nix.
I assume this is the over-under.
This is impossible.
Yeah.
Bo Nix will throw for 3,999.5 yards.
I assume that's an over-under idea as opposed to he will somehow throw for exactly 3,999.5.
So we're going to need Nix for 6. I'm assuming he's going to take the over given the
So this is basically
the name.
Yeah, it's the Caleb Williams thing. He'll clear 4,000 passing yards. Is that what we're saying?
That's not bold enough.
No.
Starting quarterback throwing for 4,000 isn't even
right.
Like that's
outside of being on the Bears. That's
it's almost the standard.
I wouldn't say it's expected, but like it's certainly not shocking.
All right, we got Black Rifle Coffee from a Marine vet, Joshua.
What?
Joshua.
Okay.
He offers any of these. Giants make the playoffs. Giants sweep at least one division opponent. Dexter Lawrence for Defensive Player of the Year. Abdul Carter for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Giants lead the league in sacks. And Burns? Oh. It's not capitalized, so I was reading it as
as the verb.
And Burns, as in Brian, Carter, Lawrence, and Thibodeau combined for 40 plus. I like the sack total one.
Yeah. Leading the league in sacks.
I'll give him, look, if the Giants make the playoffs, he wins. And if they lead the league in sacks, he wins.
Yeah. I'd take either one of those two.
Yeah. So either one of those are, so 1 and 5 are both acceptable if that works for him. I'll take either one for some Black Rifle Coffee. New York Giants win the NFC East from Roy. Russ won't necessarily win MVP, but he'll be considered a strong contender.
That's too vague.
What?
It's too vague. What is considered a strong contender mean?
I mean, just take the first part. They win the NFC East. They beat the Eagles, Cowboys, and Commanders.
Right. Forget the Russ stuff. Just get rid of the Russ stuff. The Giants win the NFC
That's
East.
color. That's color. Yeah. Giants win the East. You get you get merch, Roy, in exchange for putting up some coffee. Mike has 2 potential bets, and he's got different levels of coffee payout here, I believe. Bet number 1, Eagles don't reach the NFC Championship game.
Okay, entirely possible.
A pound of your favorite coffee. If he's a tea guy, you pick the roast. Bet 2, Joe Shane gets fired, and Steve becomes GM of the Giants.
Okay.
Bet 2, cup of coffee on me, on Steve, for even considering this, plus he expects to get hired and so Mike expects to get hired.
So if he calls you being hired by the Giants, you have to hire him on your staff? I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's probably Mike. I wouldn't say for the analytics department. I'd have to see your resume, but I would say you could be my coffee guy, maybe.
You can't hire him as a coffee guy. Like, this is, if he calls that, you have to hire him for like a real job.
He'll be my
whether or not he's qualified.
We'll read the resume. I mean, I can't.
Of course you can. That's
Can't commit to anything here.
That's how this works. You have to sight unseen hire him for a real job that doesn't involve coffee.
Fine, Mike.
Regardless of whether or not he's qualified for it. If he isn't, it just means you need to hire another guy that can actually do the job. You have to hire two. Like he becomes your, he's like the guy from Casino, right? The goofy cousin that they had to hire, and he was just in there monitoring the slot machines and stuff. That's the guy, right? Because his cousin was like chairman of the county board or whatever. Yeah. Like that's who he is. If he's unqualified, that's just unlucky.
Oh my gosh. Listen.
And then we just need to make sure we delete this clip if and when he's hired by the Giants. So
listen, Mr. Mara.
Giants reporters going and looking for dirt on Steve don't see this.
I have a commitment to Mike because he predicted I would have this job.
John Mara does not micromanage to that degree. He tosses you the keys and says, have at it. You're allowed to hire your own staff. You just need to watch out for like nosy Giants reporters or like digging up this clip. You go out there and lie and say, look.
Pat Leonard watches the show. You know he's going to report on it. Pat Leonard already has it.
No, you got Pat's a friend of the show. You can get Pat is the guy that you feed your side of it to.
When I am Giants GM, Pat's getting this.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'll be using Pat to make sure that my story gets out.
You give Pat your spin on the unqualified guy that's now running the analytics department or whatever.
Title only. Yeah, we accept bet number 2 there, Mike.
Yeah.
From Ken. Brian Schottenheimer will have the best regular season record of all the rookie head coaches.
Who are the rookie coach? Ben Johnson. Who else?
So are we? Is Mike Vrabel a rookie and is Pete Carroll a rookie? So are we talking about first-time head coaches or legitimate rookie? Ben Johnson,
right.
Aaron Glenn.
Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn,
Liam Cohen,
Kellen Moore.
It's really tough off the top of your head,
right? Isn't it?
Bag of Intelligentsia coffee against future bets being listed as the Ken Horner Memorial Check the Mike bets.
Wow.
When announcing them. So this is from Ken Horner. So he wants to put up this Intelligentsia coffee. And he wants the Ken Horner Memorial Check the Mike bets when announcing them. He wants our bet show.
Name the bet show after himself.
Be named after him.
Okay. Why is it a memorial?
He wants a cool placard on the table when you're reading them.
Why is it a memorial? Is he like...
I don't know. Maybe Ken's not with us anymore.
Is he on the way out?
That would hurt the coffee delivery.
Yeah, I mean, that would make the bet challenging across the board.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so Dallas needs to have a better record than...
Get your sponsor here. He's
Jacksonville, the New York Jets, Chicago. Who else did we say? The Saints. That's going to happen.
Patriots. I mean, are we including Patriots and Raiders in this?
I wouldn't, because I don't think you can call them rookies, right?
Okay.
They're just retreads. Rookies are the first-time head coaches.
Fair.
So that's those. Is that just those 5?
I don't know. Look around.
I'm looking. It's Aaron Glenn. It's the Jets, the Saints.
I don't think that's bold enough to have the whole awards segment named.
Well, the only one of those that's reasonably tricky would be, you would say, Jacksonville, and they only won 4 games last year. It's just that we feel better about them. Like the Bears, I guess. Like none of those are shocking if they have the best record. I don't think. Now, all of them together, maybe, but like that still feels quite plausible.
Yeah, especially not for Ken Horner Memorial Check the
Butt. You can't. For a start, Memorial. I need to understand why it's a memorial, not just the Ken Horner bet.
Come back
show.
at us. Add some addendums to that, Ken. Add some addendums. We'll talk. Daniel has the Dallas Cowboys going to the NFC Championship, or Dak Prescott gets the MVP. I love it because wow, look at this. Locally caught red and silver salmon shipped in some salmon dip processed from the local smokehouse.
Oh, hell yeah.
In exchange for a Check the Mike hoodie. He needs a 3XL.
Like you.
And an autographed picture of you.
Maybe he's 135 kilos, too.
Apparently he has a pic of my baseball card. Or he has my baseball card.
Okay. Well, look.
Oh, he sent a picture of that's my card.
It is.
Look at that.
We used to have one of those, too.
Everybody knows my birthday. They know where I lived.
Yeah.
Where I was born. They know that I allowed only 41 hits and struck out 63 batters in 54 innings in 07 for Nat. That's pretty good stats, Sam.
Sure.
It's pretty good stats in Nashville. I know it's 7 wins as a reliever.
Acquired by the Giants.
They bought my contract in September of 2007.
How much did they pay for it?
Contract purchases from the Canadian American Baseball League were, I believe, $500 to $1,000.
So you've got the English Premier League right now, which just spent something like £3 billion sterling, so like $4 billion or whatever on player rights.
Yeah.
Just in a summer. And meanwhile, the Giants acquired you for somewhere between $500 and $1,000.
Yeah, can't remember the number. Let's say it's 1,000.
Sure.
But somebody's got to make that call, cut the check.
Yeah. Sure.
Shout out to the Giants too, by the way. We talked to some former colleagues over there, aka bosses, general managers.
The San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, they still respond to me, which is great. And
it's the least they can do, given how much
my
they've
favorite
invested in you.
organization. My favorite organization. They're
Well, they committed at least $1,000 to you, ish.
plus salary, which is another thousands, more thousands for a couple seasons, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They like
It's a big investment.
If you add meal money in, total commitment to me across 2 full seasons, a fall, 1 extra spring training, probably $40,000.
Yeah, I was just trying to work out in my head if the Giants had committed more money, if they had invested more in you than I've invested in Mike Camaro over the years.
Yeah, I mean, I probably
Maybe a similar total.
made a little like 10 to 12,000 a year as a player,
Yeah.
plus food and travel.
I mean, if you count gas, the Camaro has you destroyed.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't count gas, it's probably close.
pretty healthy investment,
Yeah.
I would say, from the Giants. With, I returned some production at the minor league levels, but if you're trying to win major league games, I brought back 0.
Right.
So shout out to the Giants.
Anyway,
overall.
why are we shouting them out?
So we get to the solo shot here. We
Yeah.
have a Giants jersey on the way because I didn't have one.
Right.
You get deleted
Delete
once
it.
you get when you get released.
So you don't get to keep your stuff? You got to hand it back?
Not even hand it. They're taking
Just
it.
take it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like while they're informing you of your release,
Right.
the equipment people are at your locker
Taking all your stuff.
deleting you. Okay. Yeah. And it's like, all right, pack your stuff up. So when I got deleted, didn't get to keep my jersey, but they were so kind. I'm like, look, we have an award-winning podcast and everything. I'd love it for the background. So they're sending me a jersey with my name on it.
We've got
to replace
decorations.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We got some. So I'll have hopefully my Giants jersey. Got to grab a hat, and we'll have my spring training Giants jersey because that's the only place I made it.
Nice.
So
they
it's on the
actually have your jersey.
Nah, I think
Or you're telling me they're just going to the store and grabbing one
they're
right in
they're
Palazzolo
probably
on the
stitching
back.
it together.
Right.
I don't think they have mine.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
'Cause I was number 40 in spring training, whatever, and they just rip the nameplate off and give it to someone else.
Okay, so they just recycle these things.
Oh yeah,
Right.
But I don't know if they ever. I don't know, but we'll see what they send. But they was asking me, do you want home or away? And this, I'm like, just give me the spring training, whatever, and we'll see if we get the right one.
Okay.
Because I asked for number 98. I was number 98 in my 2 spring training games. Not to derail things here. So yeah, Daniel, I'd be happy to sign the baseball card. We got some salmon on the way.
That would be salmon.
If Dallas goes to the NFC, it does not go to the NFC
That's
Championship,
true.
or
Yeah.
Dak wins the MVP. Either one, you win.
I feel confident about that.
Especially now. A cynical
Wait.
a cynical gamer.
He's come in before or after the Parsons trade.
Yeah, that's a good question. Cowboys finished bottom of the NFC East and win under 1.5 division games. Division games is interesting, given. I don't know. I don't think we can
They
take
have
this.
to win 2 out of 6.
Yeah. I mean, if they go 1 and
It's not. It's not.
5 in the divisions,
It's not bold enough, is it? I mean,
it's missing a little.
winning the bottom, like finishing bottom of the division is now entirely on the cards. Not maybe the most likely thing, but again, if it happened, not in the least bit shocking. And if they do finish bottom of the division, winning 1 division game would also not be shocking.
Yeah, I don't think we can accept that. We got to keep going here.
Yeah,
Dan, 2 division winners from last season will not make the playoffs this season.
isn't that just standard?
It is pretty standard. Coffee from the human being, though. He's got coffee on the line. That's probably standard, though.
Yeah.
Make it 3 or 4, Dan. We'll talk. From Luke, Steelers finally get over the hump and win a playoff game. If that's too generic, Steelers win the AFC North or make the AFC Championship game.
I like the AFC Championship.
I like
game
AFC Championship.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I also like a bag of Red Ramblers coffee, a local place in Northwest Ohio, better than anything you have down in Cincy. Whoa, I just read that out loud. What's our coffee shop down the street here?
Roots.
Roots. We got Roots.
Or the sketchy Dunks in the gas station.
So he's suggesting rather than offering any old T-shirt or hat, you should offer an exclusive "I want to check the mic" trademark bet.
I like that.
The T-shirt. So should we create specific? That's actually really smart.
Right.
And
he's also got more. Alternative slogans include "I am smarter than Sam and Steve" or "I outbet Big Goofy and Grumpy."
So this is good branding, right? So I think we need to consider this. Make those shirts for the winners.
Well, I think you have to.
In addition to something, I feel like
I would offer it as an option.
Yeah.
Not, because somebody's not going to want to wear that. Somebody would.
I like that. And because
it's a fair option.
Honestly, I think just because of the idea, like we reward ideas, I think we should send something to Luke.
Okay.
Let's send Luke a shirt, regardless of what happens with the bet here.
Yeah.
And then we'll accept the AFC Championship game for the Steelers here. Smart. That's smart, Luke. And we'll make those. Harrison, get on it. Jordan has Pittsburgh making the playoffs, number 1. Aaron Rodgers finishes with a top 12 to 15 in PFF passing grade. Yeah. They have a top 5 defense by overall PFF team grade /EPA /standard defensive rankings. I'll accept EPA. I like that best for teams. I think that's plausible. Rodgers certainly plausible. Pittsburgh making the playoffs. This is all like more likely than not, even as a trio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those are all reasonably plausible.
If it all happens, though, I think that's a win.
It definitely needs to be a parlay, and even then, I think it's relatively likely.
But it's make the playoffs in a tough AFC North. Rodgers doesn't fall off a cliff, and top 5 defense, which we think they should be really good. But if all 3 of them hit, I think that's fine.
I mean, even last year, I think PFF grade is going to be kinder to Rodgers than maybe the play of Rodgers.
Yeah.
So even that skews in his favor.
It's true. Let's accept the parlay, though. Put something up, Jordan. Need a follow-up here. Dama Lama 728. Steelers win the AFC North and the offense is top 16. AFC North, I don't know where their odds are. 3rd?
Yeah.
Behind the Bengals and Ravens? Is that bold enough to just win the North?
I know, because it's like they're expected to be reasonable. Like, it's not.
Right.
Again, it would be, it's not likely that they win the division, but it's not so shocking that you take a bet on it. Again, the spirit of these things is if you think we're utterly crazy about a specific topic, say, put a bet against it. Like, this is not, the Steelers winning the division would not be completely outside of what we've been saying.
Yeah, so add something to it. Let's be a little more bold. Like we accepted them going to the AFC Championship.
Right.
That's acceptable.
That is.
Right.
And
if you want that, we could do that.
Yeah.
Mitchell. Titans will win the AFC South, and Calvin Ridley will have a top 5 fantasy season for wide receiver in Check the Mic Fantasy League scoring.
Okay.
I like this.
Yeah.
And he's offering some frontside coffee roasters in North Conway, New Hampshire.
Okay.
I ran into one of our listeners up in North Conway this summer.
In North Conway?
In New Hampshire. Huh. Yeah. We vacationed there. That's where I went camping this summer with the kids, and we ran into Check the Micer or whatever we're going to call our listeners.
I don't know. I have no geographical reference point for North Conway other than New Hampshire.
It's dead smack in the middle of New Hampshire. It's the mountains. It's in the mountains. Okay. Loon Mountain and other mountainous areas. Titans finished with a better record than Houston from Jordan Smith 11. That's bold.
It is.
They have the lowest odds in the South versus the best odds in the South.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
Okay.
From Jordan. Let us know. What's on the line here, Jordan? Michael, no running back in the AFC East will eclipse 1,000 yards rushing this season. Before you say no, Rowan Coffee in Asheville, North Carolina.
What?
I don't know. If you just put a name on the coffee, I'm intrigued.
I know. You're fascinated by
any
all these
kind
coffees,
of name, and it sounds like, man, this is great.
As if you've heard of any of them.
I'm really impressed by the guy that was in Brazil grabbing the beans. But
that's at least a notable, interesting story. Here's just a random coffee place that you've never heard of. I mean, okay.
So you know it's good.
Yeah.
If anybody has some peaberry coffee, is it peaberry? From, what is it? From Hawaii. Had that before.
Okay.
It's really good. I need some Hawaiian coffee.
So the only
Where's
one of
Jesse Bird when you need him?
the only one from that division that eclipsed this figure last year was James Cook, who only just got over it. So again, it's more like this is kind of what happened. It's like the Packers wide receiver thing. It's like this is sort of what they do.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one. I don't think we could take it.
No.
Figure something else out. If you say 1,200, I don't know. It's a weird one to accept. AFC will finish with 9 or more teams above 500. So out of the 16 teams from Real Con Man, no, I mean I think that's
7 of them almost certainly will as the playoff teams, right?
yeah. And then you're just saying they're going to be more dominant than the NFC,
Right.
which
So then you just need
don't think is crazy the way the AFC is built.
The first 2 teams in the hunt graphic have to have above 500 records, which remember is now just 9 wins. No, that feels eminently plausible. In fact, likely.
Dub the pass rush stand says the Falcons will win the division and Penix outplays Baker this year while being a top 10 quarterback.
Falcons win the division.
That's 3 things basically. Falcons win, Penix better than Baker, top 10 quarterback. Use PFF grade or whatever we want to use there. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Put something up, Dub. I need to know what we're getting though. If that doesn't happen, you got to follow up.
Yeah, I like that you extended this to be like. I mean, it used to be just you bet something that's crazy enough, and we'll take the bet just because it's crazy.
To
now
be
you're
clear,
I require a quid pro quo in this.
To be clear, if you don't have like $20 in discretionary income to buy a pound of coffee and ship it, that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're just having fun here.
It's an important clarification because your behavior up until this point would not indicate that's true.
That's why I made the clarification.
Yeah.
I'm begging for coffee here. I apologize.
Demanding more than begging, but sure.
Ryan, who's saying if he wins, the segment becomes Mike checking the Shouty Shows, and I get a CTM poster / magnet. If I lose, I'm giving up coffee. We're gonna send like a Costanza poster or something like that, which I think hopefully you're familiar with. Falcons will field a top 10 defense this year, and Penix will be top 10 in big time throw rate, and the Falcons won't win the division.
Wow. So, okay. With the top 10 defense and Penix top 10 in big time,
and then the Falcons just won't win the
fail
division.
to win the division.
Fine, accepted. I don't know if we can offer.
We'd have to make a CTM poster / magnet first.
Magnet feels easier, although a funny poster would be. We should get some CTM posters in here. Would you rename the segment Mike checking the Shouty Shows? It's creative.
Sure, only because I'm not strongly wedded to whatever it's currently named.
Yeah, it's just us against the Shouty Shows.
Right.
We'll consider. We'll get something for you, but we accept. Patriots will have at least 3 800-yard receivers from Samax 2599.
Is that what that means? I was confused by that.
Samax?
By how that was worded.
3.
Yeah.
800. Yeah, so you need like 800 dash yard, right? 800-yard receivers.
Yes.
3 of them.
And I don't
so that could be Stephon Diggs, could be Hunter Henry.
And I don't think you need the comma, which is confusing me.
There's a comma in there?
Yeah. It's like 3, 800 plus yard receivers.
3,800.
Which makes it look like.
Yeah. Oh, I actually didn't see the comma, which is why I read it well. Anyway. I don't know. Is that all right?
3 800.
Stephon Diggs, Kyle Williams, and Pop Douglas.
800 is a lot for 3 of them.
Yeah. Hunter Henry, Travion Henderson. I'll allow any
receiver,
any pass catchers.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's bold. Sure. We'll take it.
Okay.
Patriots will be a top 6 AFC team by record and make the playoffs. Top 6 is just, 6 out of 7. We already said wide
Second
range of outcomes.
Team.
That's not bold, even just relative to our previous takes from.
We said they have a broad range of outcomes, and double-digit wins in a playoff is not off the table. So I don't think you can take that.
Chris says Mike Green will finish the season with a PFF pass rush grade and run defense grade of 75 or above. He's offering a $50 charity donation for CTM swag.
That's a pretty low number, 75.
In both, though, is pretty good. I mean, that's probably my intimate knowledge of the grading system. That's like an 85 overall grade for a rookie, probably. When that 85, that's probably an 85, 88 overall grade with those 2 numbers.
Yeah, I mean it's good, but is it? Yeah. Where was Verse last year?
But Verse was probably a 90 and 80. Maybe it's not as high as I'm thinking, the overall grade. Bump it at 80s, and we'll consider. I mean, we think Mike Green's really good, so.
Yeah.
The next guy, Conwood Dupe. Mike Green will be top 10 in pass rush win rate, barring injury this offseason.
Top 10 total in pass rush win rate?
Top 10 in pass rush
yeah,
win rate.
I think that's
bolder.
way more aggressive.
Coffee if he loses, Kroger gift card if he wins.
Kroger gift
Kroger
card.
gift. I mean, it's fine. Offer a Kroger gift card. I'll say, I think we got to say no to the Mike Green one. If we bump it up to 80s, fine.
Yeah, 75. Now,
top 10 in pass rush win rate accepted.
However, I think that Mike Green was the only guy not Mike Green, Jared Verse was the only guy last year that did achieve that. So maybe it is a more impressive.
All right, just take it. Let's do it. Mike Green, boldness. All right. From coincidence, I think not. Travis Hunter ends the season with a PFF grade above 75, 65 catches, 700 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns, 20 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 4 pass breakups. Now, the grade thing needs clarification because, again, even though we no longer
I don't
work
even
for
know
PFF,
how they're treating that.
I know that.
I mean, they're not capable of.
I know that there's not a solution to roll Travis Hunter's offensive and defensive grades into one number.
Correct.
I know that doesn't exist and that they didn't have enough time in this offseason to make that exist.
Right.
So, intimate knowledge of the system. So, WAR captures that. If we could ever get our hands on the WAR numbers, that would capture that because that could be cumulative across both offense and defense. If we want to say PFF grade of offense and defense both above 75, we could take that. So an offense grade and a defense grade because they're rolled up separately. And then there's the specifics. 65 catches, 700 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns, 20 tackles, 3 picks, and 4 pass breakups. It's specific enough that we could probably play this game.
Yeah. I mean, 8 touchdowns is probably 8 touchdowns is the number there that I think is the most difficult to achieve for him.
And we'll just use we'll just be sharp on the grade. Figure out how we do the grade thing.
How much? So I guess he gets a little. He's got an extra chance of achieving 8 touchdowns because he can get a pick 6.
That would count. That would count.
Yeah.
Is he returning punts too? They got him on specials?
I doubt it.
$50 to Sam's charity and $50 to Steve's charity. If he loses, we'll donate a similar amount of charity to a charity of his choice. Good. I'm in.
Yep.
Whitaker, NFC South produces more big-time throws than any other division in football combined.
Combined?
I mean, sure.
No, wait. That can't be what that... He means that, so 1/8 of the NFL is going to account for more than the other 7/8 put together?
It's a ridiculous proposition.
I mean, that's absolute craziness. Even if Michael Penix... even if he maintained his big-time throw rate from last year for the entire season, that would be nuts.
His bet's wrong. Okay. If he loses, he's wrong. That's what he's offering.
Yeah.
If he wins, Sam turns his shed into a studio for his new Shouty Show.
I'm being offered out as a studio maker for
You
hire.
did such a good job with this one.
Yeah.
He wants his own Shouty Show studio.
This was a giant pain in the ass, though. I don't want to do that again.
I mean, first off, Michael Penix is capable.
I wonder, is that
this.
actually what he meant, or he just means it's going to have the most big-time throws of any division?
I mean, that's not bold enough to get you to go build a
Well, that's
studio
the thing.
in a shed.
So either the bet if he just means he'll have the most big-time throws of any division isn't bold enough, and the bet if it's the bet if he means it's going to have more than the other 7/8 of the NFL put together is so insane that I can't believe somebody suggested that.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. I don't believe we could play in this world here.
I'm not going anywhere in the middle of the country to build somebody a studio in their shed.
We have last-minute bets still
I built
coming in
this
here.
one. I'm not doing it again.
More bets are still coming in. Steve eats Sam and starts a spin-off Shouty Show of his own.
Okay? In. I don't think that'll happen.
I doubt it.
I would be shocked if that happened for multiple reasons.
Fat, but not that fat. Amarian Hampton leads rookies in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns from Frederick.
I mean,
Too plausible.
yeah.
Jay Surratt. Chargers finish first in the AFC West. Justin Herbert wins AFC West. Wins probably MVP or something. This is for a bag of Germany's finest ground, or German souvenirs. German coffee for the Chargers to win the West. The Chiefs always win the West. I think anybody in the West predicting a non-Chiefs winner probably accepted.
No, not a non-Chiefs winner, I don't think, is particularly...
I mean, saying the Chargers specific, like picking a team specifically.
I'm
assuming that says they want Herbert's going to win MVP.
I'm curious what that was supposed to be, because obviously if the Chargers finish first in the AFC West, then Justin Herbert does win the AFC West. I assume that wasn't what he was going for. What would your German souvenir of choice be if you were, you walked into one of those German souvenir shops?
I don't want a souvenir. Probably the suspenders, and I would want.
Really?
Yeah.
You look very funny in the lederhosen.
Yeah, those. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Very funny.
Funny.
Like there's no way they make those in your size.
For the humor.
Yeah.
Do it for the humor. I
mean, that would go along well.
I dress as Elf during Christmas time.
Exactly what I was going to say. That would go along well with your Elf costume.
Yeah.
You could have a whole wardrobe of ridiculous outfits.
We should do this year for real. Let's go to the mall. We're going to Kenwood Mall.
Okay.
During Christmas time, and I'll rock the Elf costume, and I'll let you
just walk around the mall.
This could be for
like a lunatic.
The incoming YouTube memberships. This might be membership only footage of me at the mall running,
just drawing a crowd of crazy people.
Yeah, like I'll jump the fence and try to go see Santa during Christmas time. Just make a scene.
Okay.
Just for the YouTube membership. If we could get enough YouTube memberships, maybe I'll do it.
Fair enough.
When those come out.
All right.
Add that to the list. I'll accept this if the Chargers win in the West and Herbert winning MVP, if that's the goal here for some.
Yeah.
We'll monitor it for the. Do you want German souvenirs or coffee?
I mean,
what souvenirs are you looking for?
We appear to have a lot of coffee on the way, theoretically. I would be intrigued by German souvenirs.
I don't even know what that entails.
I mean, I'm thinking particularly of those giant steins,
Yeah.
I don't have one of those.
Big Stein, like
I'd be interested in one of
big
those.
Stein for the desk here.
You've already committed yourself to lederhosen. You're done.
What's the final answer there? Emeka Ibuka finishes top 5 in WAR out of all wide receivers and wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's from Decky with 4 Ys. 5. Sure, accept top 5 most valuable receiver. That's bold.
I think he won something last year. I seem to remember shipping him something out.
And I probably said his name the same exact way.
Maybe. Top 5 in WAR would be impressive, I think.
Yeah, that's bold.
Yeah.
From David, Tyler Shuck will be the best rookie quarterback this year. Joe Burrow will win MVP. Michael Penix Jr. will look like the best 2024 rookie quarterback this year. The Rams will go to the Super Bowl.
All of them. Parlay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
take it.
If 2 happen, that's, again, we'll layer this thing. We'll ladder it. If 2 happen, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler Shuck.
Now, he's got a big ask here.
Okay.
First off, he's putting up 5 pounds of coffee.
That's a lot.
From Wild Roast. Sounds great. Wild Roast. What's a Wild Roast? For a sweatshirt, you want the sweatshirt?
Yeah.
A follow from both of us on Twitter.
Okay.
And a consideration to be on the show to talk the 2026 QB draft class.
I'll consider it.
I will consider it.
I'll consider anything.
Send in some of your... Listen, this is the second listener who might be zoomed in here if they win their bet.
Okay.
If we get a sample of David's work, because listen, what we don't want call-in... No offense. We don't want call-in radio. Right?
Well,
we don't want this to be an awkward, uncomfortable situation or conversation like you get on sports radio.
In particular, right now, give us your Tyler Shuck take, because evidently this is what you're hinging some of this bet on. So give us, before we've seen him in action, give us
Send
your
us
take,
a minute on Tyler Shuck.
On
like,
Tyler Shuck.
What would the
explain why you
like?
think he's really good and he's going to be the best rookie quarterback this year, and that will give us an indication that you actually deserve to be on the show talking quarterbacks next year.
There we go. That's for David. Jordan Mason at over 600.5 yards. Hit that over, baby, Jason. So Jordan Mason, the backup running back for the Minnesota Vikings.
I mean, Aaron Jones gets injured every now and again. 600 is not that high. That's plausible.
We'll keep it in the list here to monitor, and I'll give you a shout-out, Jason. I promise a shout-out if this happens because you called it.
Right, but you're not getting anything.
Yeah. From Matt, I'm betting that the Green Bay Packers will miss the playoffs and Rashawn Gary will have more sacks than Micah Parsons. The logic being that the NFC North is ridiculously competitive and Parsons will take a lot of attention away from Gary.
Yeah, I mean, the logic is also why it's not a particularly aggressive bet, because it's entirely plausible.
Perhaps this will sway you. He's happy to donate some coffee if I lose, or I'll happily donate my Wales rugby jersey if you'd rather.
I have no use for a Wales rugby jersey. Do you? Would you fit inside? I mean, I don't know what size it is for a start.
If I had the right size jersey, I'd rock a Wales.
If you had a 3XL, you'd wear the Wales jersey?
I would hate to be the laughing stock of the Six Nations. And
Wales,
wear
I
that
think,
jersey.
have just wrapped up, I think, an 18 straight losing streak.
That's what I
They
mean.
got
I don't
to
want
18.
I don't want people laughing at me.
Yeah, they do have Louis Rees-Zammit back in the fold after his NFL stint. So you've got that going for you as a Wales fan now.
He's back?
Yeah. He quit the Jags and went back to Wales.
Oh, right. Yeah, so maybe we'll turn things back around here.
He spent basically like 2 years out of the game and only missed one win. And, didn't work out well for Wales or him, basically. Although I think financially he probably did fine.
So we're probably not accepting that? No.
I have no interest in the rugby jersey. You can discuss sizing with the man if you're into that kind of thing.
I don't want a Wales rugby jersey.
There we go then.
You'd make fun of me. You and Ben and Gordon, everybody make fun of me.
All the rugby people.
Yeah.
Neil would be up in your business,
Rick.
being like, Wales, what are you doing?
All the match sense people would be all over me. Tyler Warren, this one's for you, Seth. This is specifically for you.
Okay.
Tyler Warren wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. I know. Not bold enough.
Right.
But that's not all. Sam will be worried about the Jaden Daniels situation happening again, so he will vote for Cam Ward. However, to his surprise, this time the vote will be 49-1. Tyler Warren. And once again, Sam will get hell from another fan base for a year.
Got it, because I'll have prevented this unanimous Rookie of the Year vote.
Yes.
So what's the bet? Just that he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
He's just trying to distract us with the story, but actually the bet is just very good rookie will win Rookie of the Year.
If he wins, he gets a T-shirt. And if we win, then Sam will be happy to enjoy Twitter without the fans in his mentions for another year. You get the benefit of not dealing with the same thing you are this year, which is Commanders fans. Every time Jaden Daniels and or Brock Bowers is mentioned, reminding you that you were the one rogue vote, 49-1, preventing Jaden Daniels from his coveted, unanimous Offensive Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah. We're about to be, we're only ever 5 minutes away from pissing off a fan base somewhere. So, it's not like even if this goes away, my mentions become smooth sailing.
I love this. We're certainly monitoring this. I'll give him a T-shirt if this happens. Absolutely. You'll have to explain what the wager is here for me on this last one.
Okay.
From Scott, Giants make the playoffs.
Okay. He's wagering some Scottish haggis and iron brew. You know what haggis is, right?
What is it?
The heart, lungs, liver of a sheep boiled in its own stomach.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Yeah. Is that a delicacy?
In Scotland. Yes.
Explains a lot.
Correct. Iron brew is also a Scottish delicacy. It's a soft drink of some kind. It's this weird orange stuff that Scottish people love. Back when I drank a lot of awful for you sugary drinks, I never really was an iron brew guy. So that part's not selling me. Haggis is fine. It sounds awful, but I actually quite like haggis.
How does it travel?
I don't know. That would be a concern, certainly. I believe.
You're going to dry ice it over here?
Yeah, I think you can transport it okay. Like it goes into one of those, polystyrene foam things with some dry ice and you lash it up. Like it's the same as black and white pudding and that stuff can ship okay. So I can't imagine why it would be a problem.
Of course. Accepted, I guess.
The Giants make the play. Well, I think we've already set the precedent on that one, right?
Yes. We've already set the precedent there. Okay.
Done.
Haggis is on the way.
You can have the iron brew and I'll have the haggis.
I'll taste it.
Yeah, there you go.
If you think it's acceptable.
It is.
Wow, that's a lot of bets. I appreciate it. That was a lot. A lot came in since Monday.
Yeah.
We pushed it a little bit last week, really pushed it on Monday, and you guys came through. Appreciate that. That's fun. We'll have some fun monitoring those, reference them here and there as they come up during the season. If, like, hey, Joe, your bet looks pretty good right now, whatever, we'll keep it going. If you have any last-minute ones, you can still send it. Check the mic at the33rdteam.com. We did forget one thing last time. We did our awards predictions. We did forget the new Protector of the Year award.
Yes.
From the NFL. So if you want to do that, Protector of the Year, if you want to make a prediction, it's a new award from the NFL. The Best Pass Protector. That's the award. Best Pass Protector award called Protector of the Year. And for people who love the offensive line as we do, 1,000 apologies that we did not mention it in our award show. And we appreciate all those who reminded us that we missed it.
Yeah, I just forgot they were doing it. Big shout out to Dion Dawkins and Andrew Whitworth, who apparently were the sort of driving force behind getting this award created, instituted. It's not going to be the voting system is not the AP system. It's not going.
You don't get a vote on this?
No. So apparently it's being
like the
done,
Joe Moore Award people or something. It's all the
being done
online Twitter
by
doing
a
it.
6-person panel of former offensive linemen who I can't find the list of, but Whitworth is one of them.
Of course.
Who are the other ones on it?
You know why?
Because they don't trust people like me. Oh, here's the list. Got it. It's a good list. To be fair, it's a good list. The 6 people that are voting on this: Andrew Whitworth, LaCharles Bentley, Jason Kelsey, Sean O'Hara, Orlando Pace, and Will Shields.
That's a good group.
Right.
Yeah, the O-line Twitter, the O-line people are very protective of O-line analysis.
Yes.
They would never want to hand this over, first off, to the media.
Correct.
And then secondly, to the media who would then reference PFF grade.
Yes.
As their one source of truth, because it's the only place you could actually get a number to reference for offensive linemen.
It is kind of fascinating.
ESPN's pass block win rate. They would never want anyone to rely on either of those two numbers to then make a decision.
It is kind of fascinating that they really want more recognition, but they do not want other people talking about offensive line. Like
true.
They
It's
don't
well
want
said.
non-offensive linemen
Yeah.
having an opinion on it, which is kind of, it's a weird world of gatekeeping on the topic. This line says somewhere in the press release thing, said group, they've come up with a criteria on skills, metrics, impact, leadership, durability, and strength of the opponent. We'll be tracking that quarterly with this group. So apparently they're going to check in every month or so and give you an update.
So they're bringing metrics in.
Sort of.
Curious what those are.
Yes.
Probably sacks allowed.
That might be the
They know better than that. They know better.
that might be the metrics one.
I'll reach out to Witt. I'm going to find out what those are. I'm going to get myself on that list. I want to be the first. That's my goal. I'm going to make it a goal to be the first non-offensive lineman allowed to be a part of that panel.
You can point out that you are an X-time keynote speaker of the Cool Clinic.
7-time keynote speaker at the Cool Clinic.
There you go.
There's the resume's building.
Show them your picture with the, all the offensive
me
line
and all
people
the
and you as a logo.
all the ball coaches.
Right.
Me and all the ball coaches at the O-line clinic. Oh, I should get one of those we should get that here. I get extras. That should be a good decoration in here.
Sure.
The O-line picture.
So who's going to win this?
Lane Johnson.
Because it is being voted on by a group
voters.
by a group of gatekeeping
I
offensive
already
line
know
coaches. It's
that all the
definitely
voters think it's Lane. As long
Yeah.
as Lane stays healthy, he is winning this award.
I believe that's true. I honestly do believe that that's the way this goes. The offensive line people love Lane Johnson with justification. To be fair,
Oh yeah,
he is great.
Very good.
It is also, I mean, whatever about various conflicts of interest of 50 voters, like Tom Brady voting for his own player or not, as the case was last year. Jason Kelsey is like really good friends with Lane Johnson. They were teammates until last year.
Right.
Like, that's as conflicted as it gets. Is he going to recuse himself from the vote?
Should.
Or he's just like, nah, I love Lane Johnson like the rest of you. I'm in.
I love it. This will be fun. Protector of the Year. So apologize we missed it in the award show, but that's predicting Lane Johnson for 2 reasons. Because he's good, and I think he might be the best pass protector, and also we know who the voters are.
Let's do 2 different versions. Let's do the official prediction, which is, given that's the panel, Lane Johnson will win this award if he stays healthy. And then let's say, if we were the voting for it, who would you vote for?
It would probably,
who do you think you will end up voting for?
It would be Lane or Trent Williams.
Williams will probably...
Tristan Wirfs missing time.
Yeah, Williams may miss too much time.
I would say...
is going to miss too much time.
Lane Johnson and Tristan Wirfs would be my selections. Now, the challenging part here is trying to compare tackles, guards, and centers because
Right.
it's a whole different. You would need a Josh Sitton-like guard performance. And for those who don't remember Josh Sitton from a decade ago, at that time, Joe Thomas was annually the top pass-protecting tackle, and Josh Sitton was annually the top pass-protecting guard.
This is, though, by the way, even though this is problematic, right? This is why we suck at naming things. It's known as the Protector of the Year award, but it's not a pass protection specific award.
Oh,
It's
I didn't
just
realize-
the best offensive lineman.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
I believe.
He's protecting
is-
the running back, too.
Correct.
So in that case-
so I believe. Now, I may be misreading that, but based off the bump I'm reading, I believe this is basically just the best offensive lineman award.
So if that's the case, I think Quentin Nelson could be discussed there.
Creed Humphrey
could be discussed there. Still Wirfs, Trent Williams, and Lane Johnson. But yeah, if they're missing time, those left tackles.
If Joe Tooney goes back to just being a dominant guard instead of moonlighting at left tackle.
Penei Sewell. And look, I know Lions fans like to get on the X machine and debate Lane Johnson and Penei Sewell.
Yep.
Penei Sewell's a better run blocker, and Lane Johnson's a better pass protector. So weigh that how you would want. And it's not like equal, like 80-20, 20-80. It's not perfect. I think Lane Johnson's probably a better overall player.
Right.
But if Penei Sewell can take a tick forward, just get a little too much to the inside, gave a little bit too much inside arm last year, getting beat inside by some length. That's what the film said. If he could clean that up a little bit, Penei Sewell's right in the mix there.
Yeah, Jordan Mailata was spectacular last year. Joe Alt going back to left tackle, maybe a dark horse for this. Like stepping in for Rashawn Slater, how good he was year one. Maybe he could be spectacular year two. That's probably it.
Lane Johnson's my official pick, though. Steve D in Italy, if we missed your bet, please let me drop it in the chat. What is it? Type it out. We'll get you.
Type it out.
He's in the chat. He's power chatter. Power chatter.
See what I mean about naming things?
Well, we need names. So YouTube memberships are coming soon. Our first watch-alongs tomorrow night. We'll officially announce what that's going to entail. So just be ready. YouTube memberships. So we're going to do a watch-along tomorrow night. It's opening night. Cowboys, Eagles. Don't know exactly when we'll go live. Maybe 8:15 or so, a little before the game. And just hang out, watch the game together.
Yeah.
We can't show the game, but we can. We're going to react.
We're
going to react in real time.
Right.
Here.
The setup will be we are true second screen. Our shot won't be showing any of the game. It'll just be us on the couch there. You'll see this set in the background a bit. The idea is you have the actual game on a different screen the way we will. We will have the TV in front of us on a different screen. We're not really going to be able to have volume because that comes through the mic and creates a feedback loop, and it's a nightmare. So we're going to be watching the game in relative silence. Other people can have their own volume.
I might go. Should I go headphones to hear Mike and Chris?
I think we can have it at like 2, like the volume at like 2, where it doesn't quite come across. You can
it's
hear
more
it, but
fun.
it's not...
I'll just say, when we get into the YouTube memberships and everything, you and I frequently communicate during games, and it is often in response to things that are said on a broadcast or whatever it is. I don't want to lose that aspect.
No, I think we
and
can
not being snarky about it, but hey, Chris just said this. Here's what he means, or here's how we would interpret that, or whatever it might be. That I think we don't want to miss that interesting aspect.
I think we can find a volume level where it's just audible, but not
closed captioning too. Do some closed.
We could
captioning.
do that, but it doesn't come through the microphones.
All right, we'll test it out. We will test it out, but that'll be for everyone tomorrow. But it might, the watch-alongs, if they go well, might be membership exclusive. We'll see.
Okay.
In the future here with YouTube, we do have the couple bets that we did miss. It was unable. I was pulling them from a spreadsheet, so I couldn't really keep up with the live chat this entire day here. So we've got a couple things here. Steve D in Italy has a parlay where he says Raiders playoff win, Max Crosby Defensive Player of the Year, and Ashton Genty Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
So accepted.
Right.
He's pasta, pizza. Like, what are you sending? What do you got? We'll take anything. Just joking. Drake Holiday, did you guys miss my Daniel Jones 4,000-yard passing season on purpose? I did not. I'll accept that 4,000-yard passing season.
Sure.
Because it's Daniel Jones.
Right.
That's also accepted. Steve D, he said he emailed us. Maybe I missed it. We'll check it out.
Maybe he got spam boxed.
Could be. Maybe it didn't come through. But, we'll accept both. We'll add both of those.
Done.
to the mix. Is that it for us today?
Yeah.
That's our Wednesday show. Also, it's week 1. It's officially week 1. So tomorrow,
We're a day away from football.
our routine.
Real football.
Real
Not
football.
Preseason.
Thursday night game, Friday night game, college football all day Saturday, NFL all day Sunday. We will be previewing every game every Thursday at 9 a.m. Remember, I know we've been at 9 a.m. the last couple months here on Thursdays, but if you're new to watching or if you're just returning to watching the preview shows, it used to be at 10:30. Now it's at 9 a.m. every single Thursday. So we will preview every game Thursday at 9 a.m. And then this Monday, set the alarm clock, 7 a.m. You in particular, set the alarm clock, 7 a.m. on Mondays. And we don't have a 2.5-hour hard out.
Yeah.
This is the year. Someone should have bet that we have a 4-hour show at some point this year. If you still want to put, we will break 4 hours, I believe. My prediction, my bet for the year that I somewhat control.
This is where we fly past Rogan and get towards the Dan Carlin show length.
Yeah,
we will have talking about whatever for 7 hours.
We will have a show that goes 4 hours. It'll probably be a Monday morning. It'll probably go from 7 to 11. It'll be like morning radio.
We need
no commercial breaks.
There's got to be a couple of crazy things that happen that cause like half-hour tangents.
Yeah, it'll be great. Probably on the refs. Spend 30 minutes on the refs.
Everybody's
You
favorite.
know, late hit on Mahomes or something.
Ridiculous ejection.
The new taunting penalty. You're not allowed. There's sportsmanship's being emphasized.
Can't believe they're cracking down on taunting.
It's about time. I tune in to see the best sportsman in the world.
The worst thing about that is apparently those taunting penalties tick up on primetime games anyway. So like they're emphasizing it
in front of more people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the time you most don't want to see them is when they get called the most.
It's good. I don't want all the people to see people taunting and being mean to each other. We can't have that on the football field.
I think it's time what was it, like a third hip thrust is what gets you the penalty? I think we should take it down to 2.
Take it down to 2. 2 is unacceptable. All right, that's it for us today. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. You can still send the bets in. We'll see you again tomorrow, week 1, previewing every game. Check the mic.